we're just gonna go with it, you know? They heard you guys, they don't have to hear
Let's
me.
go. Let's feel it.
It's been
Isaac,
a
how about you
fucking
give
minute.
everybody a little, including myself, a little bit about yourself and just kick us off with a little intro?
Yeah. So we're these lazy boys, father and son streaming duo. We do games from Animal Crossing to Warzone. We are full-time charity streamers, so we always have a charity going up on our stream. We don't generally take donations. If you like us, you can sub or follow. We love that. Um, but if you want to give us money, we don't want it. So we want you to donate to our charities. So we've raised $500 for American Cancer Research, our first one, and then we just finished another $500 charity for Child's Play, which donates games and toys to kids in hospitals, domestic violence shelters, and clinics. And our third charity is going to be starting up, I think, next week. And we're going to be doing Mission 22, which helps support veterans returning, um, and to stop that statistic of 22 veterans committing suicide a day.
Dang.
And so, yeah, excited about that one.
Be sure to let me know
And
when that's going on, because like I a massive part of my community is all veteran,
yeah.
massive. And another one, like you're talking about charities a lot. Like, what? How do you go about getting a hold of these
That's what I was I
things?
was I was
Yeah,
thinking the same
like
exact question. I was
like
wondering, like, how
how?
do you get
Because
set up
the
with these? And, like,
yeah,
how are you
because
going about that?
I seen Jordy. He's a Warzone streamer. And big TikToker, and he was doing a charity stream for men's mental health and awareness, and he raised like 10K last night. And I was like, if I was to do a charity,
dang,
that's how I would do it. I want
That's
to know how
wild.
to get a hold of that charity. You know, like I wouldn't even begin to
well,
know the first stat.
right. Well, so our first charity that we did, we knew we wanted to be cancer related because we have a lot of history of cancer in our family. My wife had cancer, and whenever we can do something with cancer, we do that. I just found out this summer my dad got cancer, and so yeah, we were like, we got to do a cancer thing first thing. And as soon as we became affiliate, started looking into like what affiliates can do, and one of them
Mhm.
was Twitch extensions. And we're like, okay, well, what kind of charity extensions do they have? And the first one that popped up that was cancer related was American Cancer Research, and that was really easy. You just sign up.
Okay, yeah.
It was nothing to that one. So we're like, oh, they're all going to be this easy.
Oh,
And so the second one, I was like, I've always wanted to do something big for Child's Play because I've been wanting to donate to Child's Play for a long time, just didn't have the money for it, and still didn't have the money for it. But I thought, if we can do anything with this streaming, let's try to raise money for something good. And so I was like, well, how hard would it be to get Child's Play on here? Because they do stuff on Twitch all the time. They had a Twitch extension. I'm like, this is awesome. This is gonna be so simple forever. And then I'm like, okay, what's our next one? And someone's like, you should do veteran stuff. I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. And then I was watching, I don't know if you guys watch Big Sin.
Yes.
He was doing Mission 22, and it just so happened to like be right the same time that I'm like, I really got to find something for veterans. And I'm just like, oh, this is perfect. This is really easy. This is so easy. And I go, okay, I'm just gonna message them and be like, hey, you guys got a Twitch extension? Let's make this work. They're like, no, we don't do that. I go, all right, I hear you, but I'm a Twitch streamer and I want to give you money.
yeah,
Yeah.
And they're like,
yeah.
no.
Really?
So I was like, I am undeterred. I'm gonna figure out how to make this work. So I went back to Big Sin. I was like, hey, how do you do it? How did you do your Mission 22? And he's like, I don't really know how we did it either, but there's this other guy who we were going through, and he did it through what is it? I'm gonna say it wrong, but it's like Trufi.
Yeah.
It's another Twitch extension that's just for charity. So I guess it compiles your money and then sends it off to the other last place. So if this works out really well, I'm hoping that is just what we're going to use from now
Going
on. It's
on.
just that extension, and pool the money, and then at the end just be like, all right, charity, here you go. Here's 500 or whatever.
Yeah.
Rather than
we
it
have
being
at that point.
incremental, I'm guessing, right? The other ones were
Yeah.
incremental.
Yeah, the other ones are incremental, but we had really cool
Tiltify?
I think it's Tiltify or Teatify.
I'm guessing they
or
had something. If it was an extension, I'm guessing they had something tailored to their cause, right? If it was an
Yeah.
extension for that cause, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. It would have not only something you could put on screen with OBS or Streamlabs, whichever one you use, also down in your about section, you could have an extension down there that people could click
Oh,
and
like a
see who the top
component panel?
donators.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
like one of the component panels. And I really liked that because people could go down there and see, like, if they donated a big chunk, their name would be on that list.
Wow.
And you know, I mean, people, I hope, do things for the good of their heart, but you know,
Right.
people like a little self-recognition.
Sure.
So
Sure. Some people
that's
like to do
why,
it
you know,
anonymously, and some people, you know, they're not doing it, you know, for maybe recognition, but just like they want to know that they did it, right? They contributed
yeah.
to it, right? So
I mean, it's the same theory
you.
of gifting subs and
Sure.
donating bits. Like, people like their person they're watching, and that's why they gift subs and
Yeah.
donate bits. But they also, you know, you could wait for someone else to do it. Why is that not stopping you? No, you want your streamer that you like to know that, hey,
That
I
you
like
did,
you,
yeah.
and you want other people to know, like, hey, I like them.
Yeah.
Kind of thing too.
And if Dustin's listening out there, Black, he's the only person ever to do an anonymous gifted sub. And I'm like, why did you do that? You know, like you're just lowering the totals now. Like you've done other ones, just like
I'm
let
not
it be
losing
known.
my status in your channel. So
Yeah,
that's
it's
not
like
happening.
it's like you're just doing. Oh, let me do this anonymously, and then it was just him
Dude.
trying to get me pissed at Black. Instead, it was like Black's like,
So-
I would have never do it anonymously. I want you
Never,
to
dude.
know it was me.
So like
Cyber's got it
Vibe
right.
did that one
Cyber's got it
time.
right. It's Tiltify.
Yeah.
Tiltify.
That so Vibe was getting ready to creep up on 700 gifted for the channel, and he gifts the rest of the subs, and they were all anonymously, and he's like, I fucked
Oh.
up.
Oh.
So Vibe is done over, I want to say 220 gifted anonymously.
Oh my
So
god.
he's upwards of 1,000 for the channel,
But it doesn't
like,
show.
it doesn't show.
That's rough.
I
It's
know.
rough.
That's sad.
Now that's
times.
awesome that you. So did you get into Twitch specifically for that, or did you, when you got affiliated, you were like, "What can I do with this?" kind of thing?
Well, originally my wife was streaming, and she was having a lot of fun with it, and then she got a job that just took up her time, and being a cancer survivor, she still has lots of
Checkups and
she
things.
needs so much sleep a day. Oh yeah, that too. She
Yeah.
needs checkups, but like she's tired all the time.
Okay.
So like working and streaming, as much fun as it is,
Yeah.
she just couldn't do it. And so I was like, we bought like a studio mic and a halfway decent camera and all this setup. We did it so that you could stream. She's like, why don't you stream? I'm like, well, why don't I stream? Why don't I stream?
Such a face.
So
And you're
I'm
like,
well,
I'll
I don't
do
wanna
it.
just want to be just like another person out there streaming. So I'm like, go, well, son, I turned to him, I like, do you want to stream with me? Like, father son streaming duo, that'd be kind of cool, right? He's like, whatever.
How old's your son?
He's 10. He's
Okay.
just about to turn 10. So spending time with dad sometimes is uncool, and then sometimes it is cool, like depending on what game we're playing.
When you get him a Happy Meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
when you
It's
get him a
always
Happy
cool
Meal.
when you get him a Happy Meal.
Yeah, right? So yeah, I said, hey, you know, we play video games anyways. What if we had an audience? And what if we had our audience talk to us? And what if we could get them to want to do cool things? He's like, okay, I'm digging this. I'm digging this idea. I'm like, yeah. So like when we started, our 3 core ideas were like, just spend time together, father-son bonding. Let's try to entertain people. Like if we can make a little happy in the world, like good vibes and all that stuff, it's cool because there's not a lot of like on a depressing moment, there's not a lot of like good father-son bonding. You know? There's
crap out
people
of
that either might not have a dad or their dad neglects them or what other things. Maybe just seeing a father and son have fun together can be a positive image for people, you know?
Sure.
So we thought like spend time together, let's be a good influence in the world, and what if like we do charity also? Like we like charities. And what if we did that? What if we finally had a way to help people make money? Like
Yeah.
we don't just have to go door to door around us saying like, "Hey, we're doing a charity 5K. Do you want to help us with it?"
Sure.
No, we're going to be sent out all over the world. Why don't we ask those people, "Hey, do you want to give $5 for our charity? If you don't, that's cool. You can stay and watch us. But if you do, we'll run around the room like crazy people and shout your name." Is that
Nice.
cool?
Yeah.
So like we're dancing puppets for charity.
Yeah.
Just whatever.
That's so cool.
Do you have things set
we
up
thought,
like
like-
that on the channel? Like when donations to the charity come in, like do you have like, oh, I do a dance,
We
do
do.
this? Yeah, you do. Nice.
And it was recently revised, and I almost want to take some of these off here because
Uh-oh.
I know that
Well-
pain. It's the bitter's remorse.
so like some of them are they're not a problem. They're not a problem. They're fun. They're kind of cool. And we want to put more things on there, especially like we're really small right now. So some of these really work for us. Like right now, $5 is a special shout out, and it's by both of us. And we shout their name out. We get really excited. $10, we literally run around the room crazy. And our room's a little messy right now, but we run around the room like freaking Muppets.
I love it.
And just we go nuts.
I
And
love
he gets
it.
embarrassed and he stops and he goes and sits down, and I go run after him and I pick him back up and run around the room. And
I
he just-
love it.
At that point, he's like, "I'm done." And I'm like, "Ah!"
F you, Dad.
I thought you said this was
$20
supposed to be fun for both of us.
Yeah,
no
it
shit.
stops being really quickly once it's all
Oh
about
my
me.
god.
$20, we invite the person to play with us on stream.
That's
Nice.
cool.
$30, we let them pick the game that we play next.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
$50,
that's really nice.
we
Does it have to be in your inventory? Not to pause you through them, but does it have to be in your
we've
inventory,
thought
or do
about
they,
that.
or do they make they're like, you have to go download this game now?
We've thought about that, and I mean, it's
I think it should be in
kind
your
of a little bit of
inventory,
both.
right? I think it should be in your inventory.
well, the games that we usually play are on the Xbox Game Pass because we're big
Okay.
fans of that.
Cool.
We're not sponsored, but it's the greatest deal in gaming. And yeah. So like we'll go through like tons of games that way, and we love it. Xbox, we love it. Microsoft, Xbox Ultimate. We have 3 copies of it. Xbox,
Hi.
get at us, you know. But so like if someone wanted us to play a game that's not on that and it wasn't too expensive, like if they're doing a $30 donation and the game's
Yeah.
$80,
That's
gonna be like,
yeah. But if it's like a $5
down the
game, you're
road.
like, okay.
yeah, $5 game, why not? And especially if it's a game that we've already played, well, we'll go back, and if it's a game we beat, we'll be like, well, what do you want us to do?
Mm.
We haven't already done on stream. So
So
like,
are you
we'll ask them-
guys PC bound, or are you like all
We're-
over the
we're
board?
not.
Because anytime
kinda
I
all
see
over
you,
the
you're
board.
playing Switch.
Sadly our Switch broke at the start of the
No.
year, so we gotta take it in and either get it fixed or buy a new one. But let me see what we're all
I can't
looking at,
remember
'cause I
what
get
game you were
distracted.
playing when I tuned in the other day. Like I want to say it was like a week or two ago because I popped in.
I
I was
watched
like,
him play COD and I was dying.
I can't remember what game it
I
was.
was dying. Literally, I die playing that game all the time.
It was
I'm
great.
terrible.
So do I. And Black apparently thinks I'm memeing him.
Dude, you were memeing.
He thinks I'm memeing him. I'm like, just like, let's have some fun, like, let's have a good time. No, I end in him just raging and like not even saying
I have
goodbye.
never
He doesn't even
rage
say
quit a
goodbye. He
stream.
was just like,
And I did.
he's like, I'm leaving you. Well, sorry that I'm not as good as you. Okay,
This has nothing to do with it.
it does. It kind of.
Nothing.
It does.
So it's hard to see, but we have tons of classic consoles behind us.
Nice.
I just got
Oh, the GameCube. I see that
Dude, is
from
that
a mile away.
Dreamcast?
It is a Dreamcast.
Yeah.
And it's also a Sega Saturn next to the Dreamcast, which nobody knows what looks like.
So which one's the? So I have the Sega Genesis 3. I had the Sega Genesis 3. Which one? The
Oh.
Saturn.
From that side, I got the Wii, the GameCube,
Yep. The
the
NES.
SNES.
Yep.
There's a light here. Now you can see better.
Okay.
Dreamcast, Sega Saturn, and then right in front of it, the white thing is a PS1.
Okay.
Really dark to see, but down below the Nintendo stuff is the original Xbox.
Yeah.
Over here, you guys can't see, but underneath the TV is 2 Xbox Ones that we play together on. Usually we play on Xbox. I play on PC.
Nice.
If I'm playing a game like Warzone, I have to play on the Xbox and stream through the PC, as my PC just doesn't handle it.
Gotcha.
I tried it last night and it worked okay. It dropped a lot of frames, so I'm probably going to go back to not doing it on the PC.
Yeah, I've been doing something similar too ever since like I was starting to have PC issues. And mine's pretty decent and I got it last year, but I've been honestly having a good time playing my PS4 Warzone because the competition's less. And
Yeah.
I'm still getting a quality stream because I'm streaming it into my PC and then I have my PC.
Yeah.
The only problem that I hate right now is I don't know if it's just a cheap capture card that Black recommended, but I have to turn my headset opposite in order to get the sounds to come out right because it's reversed for whatever reason. We'll talk about it later, Black, if you have ideas. We'll talk about it later. But
what capture card you used?
I got like a $35 one off of Amazon after my Elgato arrived, and Black was like, "You don't need that. Send that back and save yourself like a third. What was it? Like a tenth
Did you
of
get the
the
mirror
amount."
box?
I don't remember what
To
I
be
got.
completely clear, he bought a bundle with a Stream Deck and an Elgato capture card. And I said, send back that Stream Deck. I'll send you a 32 key.
Okay.
Which I did.
Okay, it's here. It's here.
He
It's here.
sent back willingly the capture card.
No, but there was also a suggestion made, right? The suggestion was let's put it into perspective here. It was I spent $300 on the bundle for the 2, right?
Yeah.
I was like, let me buy the 2 because I am streaming a little bit from my PS4. I want to stream from my Switch, so I need a capture card, and I want a 15 key Stream Deck. Just it'll make my life easier than clicking on the side of my mouse. Whatever. Black says, I can send you this 32 key Stream Deck. Here, let me just clean off the dust, right? And he cleans off the dust. And it's literally like inch worth of dust.
It was bad.
And so when he sends that to me, that's now, okay, I don't need that. But he goes, and you probably don't need the Elgato. Vibe uses this $35 one from Amazon. His streams look great. And I'm like, I've watched his streams. You're right. So I reached out to Vibe, got that one. So I went from $300 to $30, right? I spent $30. It's like, why not?
Yeah.
But I have to turn my headset opposite. So it is what it is, And luckily
we ended up getting.
Good.
Go ahead.
No, you're good.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that. Now you do that to me. I was gonna say the only thing is I have to use my PS4 webcam, right, for my audio because the capture, like the microphone, doesn't go through the capture card for whatever reason. So I'm like, nah, it works.
But it's all going through. Oh, to talk to people online.
To talk to my friends playing COD.
Team?
Yeah, they're not on Discord. They're all on PS4. So I'm like, I have to talk to them through this capture card. It seemed like it wasn't working great. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm not gonna try.
So I'm gonna lift the veil of magic that I do when I play. So,
I want it.
So I plug my cheap Xbox headset. I think it's a Turtle Beach into my Xbox, and I have Xbox Chat Manager or whatever it's called, Game Pass, working on my PC, and I just have a empty recorder person sitting in my lobby recording the audio of gameplay. I mean, at least the chat. So like if I'm in a party with people, and that's what goes into my Streamlabs.
Nice. So I will
So-
say,
Fucking brilliant.
yeah, I will say
Yeah,
with
there's
this,
just like a sitting thing there, and I use. The only problem is I can't hear alerts on my PC unless I turn on my PC speakers.
I have the same problem. That's the problem I have right now. That's pretty much the only problem. For me, the problem is PS4. It's a known issue, right? PlayStation does not allow you to play out of the TV and a headset when you like plug into a controller. Because normally I would just plug into my PS4 controller, but when you do that, you can't get it out the out the TV, so you can't get it into the capture card. So that's why I have to plug. That's the problem.
Sense.
So I have to plug into the capture card instead.
What
are you looking at,
headset are
Black?
you using?
Me?
Yeah.
Logitech.
Okay. Does that have like a deck that comes with it?
No, I don't think
It's
so.
just wireless dongle from the PC.
Hmm.
Does it have an audio in?
Yeah.
I think it does too. No. An audio in on the receiver.
Oh yeah, like a wire.
Yeah,
In?
so like it'll USB to your PC, but then it'll also have an aux jack for an input. You can plug your PC into that and hear your alerts along with your gameplay.
Oh yeah, this isn't what I use on my Xbox.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
But that also
That because this is how I work. My headset has dual input, just like I explained. I use the USB from my game rig and then use the aux input from my stream rig to my headset. Now, I wouldn't have to do any of that if I went wired because both rigs are hooked to my soundboard.
yeah.
But I like this way better. I'm more accustomed to it and I can control the sound a lot better. If I want to turn down my stream rig,
Well,
I just turn that.
you also
I wanna turn it
flail
up, I
around
can.
a little bit. So like, me, I'm more calm in my reactions, Black. I don't hit myself in the head with the microphone or, go running
one
around.
time.
I'm just saying, like, you guys need, you flail and it sounds like Isaac, runs around the room for some donations. For me, it's like I'm wired in the
I have
whole
to, like,
time.
unplug my headset.
Yeah, I'm like wired in the whole time, but I just have to like stretch slowly or take it off. It's kind of a pain, but there you go. You got that. Nice. But Isaac, I hear you on that. For people out there who want to stream
Gotta jack
from
into the Matrix, man.
for people out there who do want to stream from a console through your PC, that is, you probably need to think about what Black just said, because it is a problem for me, Isaac. I miss so many follows and subs and things like that because if I'm not looking at my
very apparent.
if I'm not looking at my stream, I don't see it, right? It doesn't, because my alert is all that goes off for those kind of things.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Well, I need to figure out like a way to program some external, alert system. Like we have all these cool lights. and
Oh,
stuff
lights
as
would be
streamers.
awesome,
Like,
right?
why
Yeah.
Can't we have like flashing lights?
Yeah.
And,
You can.
You can.
I'm sure there is a way to do it, but
No, I can send you the link.
He's like, I'll send it to you.
go
I
on.
have one that actually I have yet to implement it, but it controls this whole. I have a whole like light bar. I'm not moving my DSLR, but I'll show you guys. So like that whole light bar, stream can control it.
By doing things.
No
yeah.
way.
All right, Isaac's
so-
in. He's in. He's in.
Now,
But
Yeah,
you
I'm
have
totally
to get,
in. So
you
right
have
now,
to
like-
get a brand of LED light.
I bet you,
well, no,
I'm not gonna lie, I bet you,
it's not the cheap
because
stuff either.
Twitch is owned by
$30.
Amazon, I bet you could get it to work
With Alexa,
with an Alexa plugin.
you can.
Tell me how.
No, like that's
'Cause
how
my
these lights
whole
do
room
it.
my whole room is worked on an Alexa.
All right, we're
I'll
gonna
send you the
we're gonna
link.
have we're gonna
I'll
have to
send
do
you
that
the
off
link.
stream. We're gonna have to figure that out for you, because I feel like if you have it working with Alexa, there's no way, because it's like
I have a full Alexa house too,
yeah.
or mine's Echo because Alexa's a bitch and she doesn't like to listen to me. That my wife's like, who the
Well,
fuck's
mine is-
Alexa all the
The
time?
the problem is you have to change the name, right? If you have multiple in similar vicinities, you got to like make one name this and one name that, just so they don't.
We got
Yeah.
that. We got that. Computer, lazy
Yep,
string
yep.
to red.
There you go.
Boom.
So now you just got to hook it up to your channel alerts and things like that. And you'll be
I
golden.
wanted a
Yeah.
full Cortana house, and I had it for a minute in this room. So where everything was controlled off my PC.
Do you guys remember Smart House?
Yeah.
Do you guys remember that on Disney Channel? Come on.
Yeah.
I think so.
It was with that guy.
But,
What was her
Disney
name? What
kids.
was her name? What was her name? Pat. Her name
don't
was
remember.
Pat. Come on, Black. It was Pat. That was the
remember.
woman, and then she becomes a form in the end. Remember, the kid won like a house. Okay, so neither of you know this movie, this Disney Channel movie.
I've seen it because I'm visualizing it in my
He's
head.
the same kid that plays in Luck of the Irish, the basketball kid.
Oh, I loved
Yeah,
that
that was a
movie.
good movie too. That's
That was.
Lassiter from Psych, man. Lassiter from Psych is that leprechaun guy.
Lassie?
Lassie is that main guy, the evil guy in
I
it.
was just watching
Oh,
Psych
wait.
before I sat here.
Do we all just become friends of the Pineapple Gang?
I mean,
Oh,
I'm down.
100%. We've been over this on the stream
Nice!
before. We've been over this on the stream before. I'm not gonna pull them out right now, but that's the white boxes
Xander.
right there. 1 through 4.
I remember that movie had come out when I was 17. Do you know the name of the guy?
What guy? No, the girl's name is Pat, and his name's Ben. You don't need somebody else to tell you that, Black. I have that information. I just had to think about it for a second.
I rely on my chat for daily living. I'm not
Isaac,
even kidding.
Psych for me was a definite, and I don't know if Steve Hoover's still in the chat. He was telling me I was muted when we first got started, but he's a big Psych fan as well.
Love that show.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even believe,
I
like,
love it.
only so often does a show that great come around, and usually they're just slept on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I honestly, how many people do you think really got into Psych? Was it that big of a following? I feel like
I don't.
It's not
I
like
think
Friends.
it was for a while.
right. It's
'cause
not like
or-
Friends, right? Yeah.
Okay,
Office.
but Psych was top trending on its last season on Twitter.
Mm.
So Psych come in right at that time when everyone was like hashtag this, hashtag that. So like, you know, the Psych with the iPhone case and everything. That was a top seller on Amazon for a minute. And then
I might have to get myself one of those.
Oh dude, they make them for all the phones
I
still.
might have to get one of those.
But
That's
now hashtag, what was the fucking hashtag? It was trending for like 2 days leading up to the season finale of Psych. Oh,
So
and then the new movie come out, and that hashtag went trend again for Psych 2. The Lassie comes home.
So are you guys solely into that show and those characters, or is it the actors?
I like to think I
that's the
engulf
question.
myself in the characters themselves, but I actually just watched a movie with Josh Jamal and that guy from Sean from Psych.
Yeah, we were talking about it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Oh my god, it was so good. And watching him as a gay man was the weirdest shit of my life.
I'm telling you what, ABC has a show. It's called A Million Little Things. I don't know if you've seen it advertised. He's like the main character of a couple people, but like he is really the main character. It's a good show. It's about 4 guys who met in an elevator just randomly because the elevator got broken down. They became like best friends, and then one of them, you know, not to ruin it because it's kind of what the show's about. The very first episode, the one like commits suicide, right? He's like going through some stuff and commits suicide.
Yep.
And the rest of it is kind of about that, right? And about like life going on and like how you get around those kind of things. And he's actually a cancer survivor in the show of breast cancer, and they kind of make fun of it a couple times because it's like, oh, you're a breast cancer survivor, but you're a guy, right? And like he goes to these rehabs and meets girls there, and then he gets a relationship with one of them who's also a survivor. But it's quirky, right? It's quirky, it's
Nice.
dramatic. My wife laughs at me because I'm not very like, I don't get very emotional. I can sit down to something like that and I will shed tears by myself. I will sit there and I will shed tears. I'm not like, it will just start happening. I'm like, oh my God, this is hitting all the right spots.
It's like, son of a bitch.
But it's definitely that actor for me, man. That actor's great. The other guy is Dole Hill, right? If that's how you pronounce his name. He's actually from one of my favorite like 90s rom-coms of She's All That, right? She's with Paul
Oh
Walker and
God,
Freddie Prinze
no.
Jr., right? Yeah. He's
I
he's
know.
he's the guy in there who's like the friend of the two, right?
It's so good though.
Yeah, it is.
That was a good one.
Cool.
Damn.
So Isaac, is your son is he remote right now with school and everything like that, or where you're at? Are they back, kind of
He
hybrid?
was,
Oh, I don't think so.
and
Sorry.
now they are kind of going back. Had a little bit of a difficulty when he first was supposed to go back. His mom totally wants him to go back, and we said, "Well, we have two people that are immune compromised here, so we would
Right.
like to wait." And so didn't wait, and so he had to spend a couple weeks at his mom's until our house got shots. And after my wife and her dad got their shots, I'm like, I'm not waiting for my second shot. Just have them come back. It's fine. Be fine.
Yeah.
I'd prefer remote learning. I think remote learning was great. I don't think we need to have kids go to school anymore unless they want to. That might be talking
I'm
from an
no,
adult
no, no,
point
no,
of
no,
view
no,
where
no,
I
no.
don't want to go to work unless I have to.
No. So, like, me and my wife have this common argument because even before COVID hit, I told her I wanted to homeschool the kids.
Homeschool's a different story, right? If you're fully in,
Yeah.
but like the remote learning is different than homeschooling, in my
Okay,
opinion,
yes,
right?
it might be, but then when all this COVID stuff hit, my wife's like, "Oh my God, homeschooling is so this is the way." And I'm like, I know the difference between remote learning and homeschooling. There's a massive difference. So I was like looking into the differences and stuff for really young kids, and it's actually really hard for someone of my daughter's age to start school remote learning. Um, so we would actually have to like transition from homeschool to remote learning. So that's like the hardness of it all. So I thought it was
So
I thought it was
Isaac,
awesome.
you said you think it would be good and everything like that. I would
Well,
say it
I guess
depends on how like involved you are, because like I think about myself, right? I was in grade school and high school. I was pretty much a straight A student. I was smart, so I got by just figuring it out kind of logically. When I got to college, it hit me like a truck, right? It was like, oh God, this is hard, right? Like I
This is
did not
hard.
prep for this.
Yeah.
And I also say I went to a very small high school, so it was a lot more attention given to me than when I went to college, and it was a very big college that made it hard, right? I look at it now, I don't know how much. I think I probably, even though I was a straight A student, I probably would have like flunked out because I didn't have the motivation to stick with it. And I probably wouldn't have like learned it as well as being forced to when I went to school, kind of, if that makes sense. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. Well, I guess it really is like so many things, case by case basis. Because we'd get emails all the time that would say like, understand your children are having a difficult time with their assignments. Please make sure they're completing all their assignments for the week. And then attached to the bottom would be, your son has made 13 out of 13 weeks of completed assignments. So my son, it's not a big deal.
Right.
For me, yeah, it might have been a big deal. Like I look back on it, and going to school was the thing I had because
It was
I was a
fun,
class
right?
clown.
Yeah, it was fun to go,
I was a
right? Yeah.
class clown, and if I couldn't entertain people,
Yeah.
then I wasn't learning. That was the whole point that I was there. It was so I didn't flunk, and I could keep making the same people laugh. So, like at home, I probably wouldn't have any direction. You're right. Like constantly switch over to YouTube or Twitch. I
Right.
would just
Right.
look at memes all day. Yeah, there's no way I would be able to function as a kid remote learning. And I do think them going someplace and interacting with people is great. But in the time of a pandemic,
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah. It's okay. It's better than risking other things, right?
Pandemic,
yeah.
man, I don't want to get
yeah.
out. I don't
Well,
like
I
it.
did. I like I have so many friends that have jobs that totally could be done from home. And they're
Yeah.
like, I'm so excited for this to be over. And then be like, well, now I need you to come back to work now. And be like, why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
I've been doing everything just
I
fine.
mean, I'm extroverted as can be, right? I thrive on other people's energy. I think it's if I didn't play video games, who knows what I would have done during this pandemic because you know, it's been me, my wife, and our 1-year-old son, right? During this, and
You're just dying to get out of there.
and her parents will come over once or twice a week when it kind of makes sense um, to mitigate risk because her sister also has now 3 kids, so it's like it's tough, right, to balance and make sure you're not bringing a risk in with a 1-year-old, right? You don't want him to get sick. Who knows, like
Right.
how you can't convince him, hey, it's gonna be okay and things. He's just gonna be crying and whining the whole time he's sick. It's gonna be a headache, right?
You don't know
But
what kind of long-term effects it could have either.
exactly. So for me though, even though I'm that extroverted, me working remotely, I've saved 45 minutes in commute to work, from work, driving in the car, um, traffic where I live. I live outside of Philadelphia and like it's pretty populated, so there's a lot of traffic. Um, I'm like praying that somebody can, because I work in IT. So I work on my company's
Yeah.
website. Like I can definitely do my job full time from home remotely. I talk to people just like we're talking here on a webcam. Do I like being there? Sure. If you tell me I can snap my fingers and be in the office, I'm down, right? But just a simple fact of like,
Mhm.
I don't have to get dressed up every day. If I want to go get a snack, my house is
You only
right
have to dress
here.
from here up.
Yeah, dress from here up. Go get a snack upstairs. Go say hi to the wife or the son, right? Like I can do that remotely. Now, if I was building a highway or building a building or remodeling or whatever, and I have to be there in person, like that makes sense to me. I would want to be there. Or if I'm like meeting with a client and like it's better to meet sales wise like in person than over the phone. Sure. My job, no, I would love to work remotely. Now, there's a lot of people on my team who are like, I'm ready to go back. I want to be back in the office. I don't understand it. And I'm extroverted. These are introverted people.
Their house is
These
shit.
are introverted people, right? And
They
like
don't have
wanna,
a cool setup.
yeah, right. I didn't
That's
have this
no
either.
lie.
Hey, I didn't even have this either. My whole basement's been remodeled ever since this whole thing started. This office, literally, when did I finish this? January. That's when I moved
Yeah,
in
it was
here.
the beginning of the year.
Beginning of the year. So like all of last year I was working remotely and I was working in my basement with like things all around me and like a mess all around me because it was like half
I
done.
remember. I still have the trash can picture.
Yeah, the trash can where I'm just like trash can. You use it all the time. I know you do.
I still do. I'm not even kidding.
Now it's-
Anytime I send someone like a picture of their webcam, like a still shot, Caesar's in that picture.
Yeah. I love it. I'm all for it. I'll be the model. Isaac, one of my normal regulars, he's also in this channel, and he did have a question for you. I don't know if he's still lurking. What kind of games you play? Probably on the Xbox because I know he's an Xbox player.
So I'm a Blizzard fanboy, I guess you could call that. On Xbox, I like to play Overwatch.
Nice.
I like to play hockey games. I'm a huge
Nice.
hockey fan.
Who's your favorite
has been
team?
really hard past couple. I grew up north of Chicago, so Blackhawks.
Blackhawks fan. It's convenient though. It's
I'm just
convenient.
south.
They're a good team.
Yeah, I'm south of
Joey
Seattle
Hockey.
now, so I'm trying to get into this whole Seattle Kraken new team, but I don't know how well that's going to work out. I mean,
I haven't been following. Is that like a brand
Las
new
Vegas.
team? Is that like a brand new team?
Brand new team. I don't think they've played yet.
Okay.
They were supposed to, like the pandemic also delayed their coming out party.
Yeah.
Is that a good term for that?
Not for
Sure.
a hockey team.
Sure.
I mean, it's the Northwest. Whatever. We're cool.
Hey.
Vegas did really good on their first year, so maybe Seattle will do okay.
Vegas was all the way to the Stanley Cup, right?
Yeah.
Did they win?
So
Did they win or did they come close? I can't
their
remember.
first year, I think they were in the cup, but they didn't win.
I
I
thought
know
so
they made
too.
it
I
through
can't
the
remember.
playoffs.
So
They made
I'm
it through
from
the playoffs.
Pittsburgh originally. So Fleury went there, right? Fleury was playing for Las Vegas.
Yeah,
And he
I
was
hate
their big
Crosby.
goalie doing there. I'm not. So this is the one sport that like I kind of just watch during playoffs because it's like intense, right? But I would never claim that I'm a hockey fan or that. To be fair, I only like the Pirates out of Pittsburgh. So Steelers can do whatever they want. Penguins can do whatever
I'm
they
not-
want.
Not a huge marquee sports fan, so like hockey is my one sport that is kind of up there that
Sure.
I'm into.
It's a top four. I always call that top four. You got baseball, basketball, football, and hockey. Those are the four, in my opinion.
Yeah, my wife is a huge soccer fan, so I try to get into that too.
It's just tough. It's tough. It's not. It's not
like
marketed for it, right? It's not marketed for it.
I like going to the games.
Yeah,
because we're Portland Timbers is a different experience. Like you haven't been to a sport that's like that, unless you are into soccer in another country, then you understand.
Right.
But people do not sit down the whole 90 minutes. They are standing and they are singing the same song for 90 minutes.
It's like a Penn State game. It's like a Penn State game. I'm gonna tell you right now. That's like a Penn State game. It
does not end. And then I'm like, okay, what's this next verse? And then it's just like there's nonstop singing and cheering.
That's awesome.
Everybody's doing things together in unison. It's almost like a cult.
And it's like Penn State then.
Talking shit about you.
About the soccer. No, we're talking about our love for soccer.
We're talking about how much soccer sucks.
Oh, awesome.
Wait, is that your wife?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, she's shutting the door and walking away.
Goodbye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye. You told
I love you.
You told me I should
loud.
stream. You told me I should stream.
Yeah, right?
How dare you?
That's the other reason why I gotta like soundproof it.
If you were quieter, I wouldn't have heard that crap.
She's ready to get back in the streaming game at this point.
Yeah. So what other games do I play? I don't know. Playing Warzone a lot. I play a lot on the PC. I like playing Warcraft.
I think that might have been what you were playing when I checked in the one day. I feel like maybe not.
I hope not. That was a terrible stream.
I don't remember
someone play Warcraft.
You were playing something. I can't remember what it was.
I mean, 80,000 people watched Ninja play Warcraft the other day.
Really? Well, that's.
Let's talk. Let's talk.
And people would be
let's talk about it for a second here, because you mentioned Ninja, and I do like. Before I started streaming myself, I started. Isaac, the way I got into gaming or streaming was I started playing Fortnite, and I didn't even know anything about Twitch. I was at an IT company for like 6 years. I never watched Twitch ever, right? I was all sports. I'd watch ESPN sports,
Never
mind. And a coworker tells me, he's like, Fortnite's like the #1 game on Twitch. I'm like, what's Twitch? I don't have any idea, right? And then I get on Twitch and I'm like, Ninja, who's this, right? Like, so I start watching just for the sake of learning. But the thing that amazes me is I pull up his stream every once in a while when nobody else is streaming. I'm like, oh, let me see what's going on here. He's like playing League of Legends, right? Like, I don't find the game interesting at all personally. But I'm watching him like, how are you good at this game? Okay? How are you good at every game I watch you play? Like, I don't understand. Like, are you playing like nonstop? Like, Black, don't you dare bring that shit over here. You're not good at every game, bro. Don't even say it. Don't even. I saw your face. I saw your face. You were about to say it. What do you? Yeah, huh?
Do you want to know what I was really about to say?
I know. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm just busting your balls.
It's his job.
I'm just busting your balls.
To be good at a game.
But every game is crazy to me, right? Like,
he doesn't play every game. He has like 5 main games he plays, and then he gets promo games, which means he gets the game early to learn and teach and promote.
It's wild, man. It's wild. I'm watching him play League of Legends. I'm
Fortnite,
like, holy
COD,
shit.
World of Warcraft and League of Legends. Those are his 5 main games.
Yeah.
He mains Warcraft?
Yeah. You've never seen his
And they-
Warcraft streams? Oh my god,
No.
they're gnarly.
Don't really.
He has the highest views.
getting
He gets
huge
more
views.
views playing World of Warcraft than he does
so
playing Fortnite.
The only reason I do like every once in a while watching him is because I can have his tendencies where I'm like playing way harder than I should be for a video game. Like I have that natural tendency, which
Mhm.
if I
don't
had,
understand how someone could sweat playing with a dragon.
so that's what I'm saying. If I had one thing I'd like to
do it.
take, if I'd like to take away from myself, it would be that I'd like to be able to be a little bit more relaxed, like and actually enjoy it, and not like I watched him play Among Us. And now he was drinking, he was doing an after dark stream, so obviously he has a little bit of alcohol kicking in, but I'm watching him and just like
comes out.
I'm like, oh my god,
Sweaty-
I do that.
Sweaty Among Us.
No, he's literally like he's watching
It's
cameras. He's watching cameras and he's like, oh, this person here, and I'm watching and I'm like, oh my god, I don't do that piece, but I definitely play it like that. Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, oh my god, like how do I get away
Ladies
from
and
that?
gentlemen of the jury, if you'll read my notes here,
Let me just say,
I'll
okay.
have you know that at 12:14, Blue was going through the west hallway, and at 12:13 and 18 seconds, he was on the north side.
No,
This
100%.
is why I can't play with Sherbons, because
Yes, he plays that way. He plays that way. But Isaac,
He's
so
extremely aggressive.
you mentioned it, right? You mentioned that you were the class clown, right? That's what you said. I envy that more than anything. Like I consider myself like a funny person. I try to be funny a lot of the time, and I try to make jokes. But in high school and growing up, I was trying to make jokes, but always the serious person, right? Like never knowing how to like turn that serious switch off. So I envy that, man. Like being able, and I can sense it here. Like I can sense it just from a hour-long conversation with you.
My wife is the other way. She's like, why can't you just be serious for once? For fucking once,
Yeah.
be serious. And I'm like this?
Yeah, he's just like all over the place.
She's like, we're going to go to court. I'm like, oh
Okay.
boy. They won't let a moose in court.
Oh my god, dude! My wife would shove something on my ass, dude. No way.
She already does. She already does.
He's mean
Don't
to
even.
me,
Don't even.
bro.
She already does. Black.
Only fans. Come on,
Dude,
OnlyFans.
okay, my wife and my relationship is quite scary. Like, for the most part, I wear the pants, but then when like
Wear her pants.
anything of non-importance and just stupidity, it's like she takes the most control over a situation, and it's like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's fine. Oh, I know it's fucking fine because I said it's fine that we're getting pickles, and I'm like, you can do whatever you want. It's a fucking pickle. I don't like pickles. She's like, no, we're getting pickles. I don't need you to make this decision. And I'm like, Miranda, I don't like pickles. This was a real conversation we had, not even 48 hours ago.
Now we're in the real dad chat because I can really
Oh.
identify with this.
Yeah. No. We can definitely get there.
Oh my god, dude. I have a TikTok setting in my draft of okay, it's setting in my draft for a reason because I know if I post it, she'll kick my ass. And it is for the simple fact.
She's gonna shove that pickle up your ass. Is what's gonna happen.
No, I was in the mood the other night, and she was like, "Oh, I just got a shower," and I'm like, you know what? That's fine. I was in the mood the other night. Oh no, I'm nasty. I gotta get a shower. Fuck you want from me, little woman? Okay, so now, where do you want to eat? Oh, I don't care. I don't want pizza though. I don't want Mexican. No, I don't want. I'm not in the mood for Chinese. Miranda, tell me what the fuck you want. Okay, I'm gonna order pizza with pineapple because that's what you like. Well, I wanted the soul shoe from Mexican, and I'm like, woman, what? I
She
don't
said she didn't want
understand.
Mexican.
Yes, that's what she said.
Want you to want me to want Mexican.
And then like,
What was your TikTok the other day about? We can't have 3 kids. We have to have 4. What was your TikTok?
What the fuck was that?
What was your TikTok the
Oh.
other day?
I sat on the couch and I was just watching fucking the end of Harry Potter credits because I'm weird and I watch credits.
What's wrong
She-
with
You
watching
you never know what's gonna
Those
pop
people
out
work
of those
hard.
credits.
You
Okay.
don't, dude.
You never know what's gonna
Marvel
happen.
Has fucked your minds. They make you watch credits now.
credits? You know what?
Oh, come on. Marvel
We
was
were just
far
talking about this-
behind, guys. That is a rush hour Jackie Chan. Okay, that's Jackie Chan.
Okay,
you
so
have to watch for the
either way-
bloopers at the
either way,
end.
I'm watching the credits. My wife goes to the bathroom, and then she comes in, sits down, and she looks me square in the face, and she goes, "We can't have another kid because I don't want to have two." I'm like, "What does that even mean?" She says,
I was gonna
can't."
ask if you wanted Pop-Tarts for dinner.
Yeah, dude. And I'm like, "You just went to pee. What the fuck changed?"
What did she
between
pee on?
10
What did she
minutes?"
pee on? What did she pee on?
Yeah.
That's the
Oh,
question.
dude. On her Instagram story, there's her buying pregnancy tests.
Oh.
She quit her birth control, bro.
Oh.
So that's why she's a little fucking baddie.
No, that's why
Her
she's
fucking
that's why
emotions
she's
are going
confused. That's why she's confused.
Okay, so I straight up asked her, and I'm like, "Miranda, what is the fuck is your logic behind having two kids versus one?" Miranda, I think it's not responsible enough yet to make that decision that if we have one, we have to have two. She's like, "But we had Sophia and Mason really close together. We need two because
Maybe you'll have
Sophia are gonna
twins.
grow up together.
You know, maybe you'll have twins.
These two need to grow up together." And I'm like, "That's not how that works,
Maybe you'll have twins.
You're gonna have triplets.
dude." No,
Oh.
twins and triplets run in both of our families,
Oh,
and
it's
they have
over.
skipped to our generation.
It's over.
I'm fucked.
It's over.
Just one more.
We've been
Boom.
lucky,
Yeah.
dude.
We have a whole army here. We have a whole army.
I'm scared. I don't want a soccer
You're by the
team.
dozen all of a sudden.
Soccer team's a bit of a stretch, okay? 11? You're not getting to 11, okay?
I hope not.
Oh my
At
god.
least then I might have a TLC series.
Oh my
God.
god.
Hey, that's
Point.
thinking lazies.
Yeah. Write that down.
Dude, yeah.
Right next to
Take that
Pop-Tarts
note.
for dinner.
Right next to Pop-Tarts for
Oh,
dinner.
but you don't want Pop-Tarts. My God. Oh my God, dude.
So
we
I
hit
get
a
that-
bone.
I get that all the time of what do you want for dinner? I don't know. And then you say something and it's not what they want. So
It's no. It's a
my
no,
newest
no,
thing
no.
is
Yeah.
well, it's not new, but my favorite thing is she hates sushi. She hates fish and anything fish. So immediately if I go, what do you want? I don't know. And I go, well, why don't we just go get a pizza? No, I don't want pizza. Then I go, okay, let's get sushi. You know I don't like sushi. I'm like, well, you don't want pizza and you don't care what else you get. So
That's
just
so
hit her with
great.
something you know she hates.
Yeah.
She'll eat garbage, bro. I don't have that ability.
I'll eat garbage. Like,
Dude,
I'll
I
eat
caught her
anything.
eating meatloaf the other day that I made 2 weeks ago.
What, do you not
that should
make-
not
okay,
have
I
been
was-
in the fridge.
All right, I was gonna say, do you not make good
Okay.
meatloaf or something?
No,
2
like I
weeks
don't
old.
eat beef, so like
Well, I was also like you
I
were
make it
going
for her.
you were going a couple ways with that. I was confused. I'm like, okay, this guy doesn't
Oh,
like
no,
meatloaf.
It was just in the fridge.
Oh,
far
he
too
made it.
long.
He's not a good cook. And then finally, it was like it was just in there too long. Oh, okay, that's acceptable.
Thought he was going a couple ways with the he doesn't eat meat.
Yeah.
I eat chicken like it's nobody's business, but I do not
Wings,
eat
breasts,
beef.
and thighs?
It will make me shit my brains out for days, and I
Really?
don't know why. Every once in a while, I'll have like a nice, real good steak because I'm a white-blooded American, and I'm just crazy for some like really hardcore like pink steak.
This is
like-
getting dirty.
I love it, but like it's just very rare.
I had a steak
And when-
yesterday. Does that do anything for you?
It does. Those days.
It was a
end in
T-bone. It was a
greatness.
T-bone steak.
It's
my wife
normally
was craving
ends-
a steak, and I was like, all right, I'll go to Longhorn. I'll pick up. What do you want? She got a strip steak. I got a T-bone. She got a New York strip, and I got a T-bone. That was it. Loaded baked potato
Oh.
was delicious.
I fucking love loaded baked potatoes.
The
But if you ask my
problem-
wife, that's not a baked potato.
So the problem for me
Was
with
it
like, how's it not a baked potato?
Oh, did you miss this whole conversation I had?
I
with
mean,
my
I didn't
wife?
get
It has
sour
too many
cream on it.
toppings. It doesn't become a potato anymore.
I just
Okay,
have cheese
so-
and bacon on mine. It was delicious.
Here it
Butter,
is.
cheese, and bacon.
I
Mm.
make really good twice baked potatoes.
Oh, baked potatoes are phenomenal because it's like the
Yes,
best of both
they
worlds.
are.
You get the mash
It is the
and you
best
get
of
the
both
baked.
worlds.
Yeah.
But my
Yeah.
wife threatened to leave me
Wow.
the day I made her.
Don't
the
worry.
baked
Hold
potatoes.
on.
Yes,
Don't
this
don't
was-
worry. don't worry. We got a problem or solution for that problem. If she leaves you because of your twice baked potatoes, I will have you. Okay. If she
Dude,
leaves you,
her
I
sister
will
ate
have
that
you.
like twice baked potato, and she went, "This thing is great."
Unless
And I was
it's
like, "Your sister likes it," and that was not the thing to say. It was bad. But
I could have told you that.
I have a full series that I did on this because she was so mad, and I can't post it anywhere because we were doing Miranda's Minute podcast one night, and then someone in the comments went,
how are you accepting
that
those, by the way?
potato?"
Yeah, okay. I was gonna do it too. I was gonna definitely do
Oh,
it.
so fucked.
Hold on.
It derailed the whole Miranda's Minute. She hasn't done one since.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say I'm gonna start jumping in there and be like, can I have a pickle?
Dude.
Can I have a baked
it
potato? Like I'm just gonna
derailed it
start.
all. That's why Miranda's Minute's dead. Because of the fucking potato.
Well, you don't need that other caster back there. You would send it my way? Send that caster my way.
Wait, which one?
The one she's not using, apparently.
I have 4. I
Yeah.
still have one in a box.
Oh, yeah. Let's give that one over here. Come on. How much you
No.
want for it? I'll buy it discounted. Now, I'm not going to give you the full price, but I'll give you some.
No.
Bastard.
Nice
He's a
ones.
hoarder. He's a hoarder.
I am a hoarder.
Yeah.
I can't help it. I have a problem.
Once again, you look like you're getting ready for your OnlyFans.
Hey,
Yeah.
don't you judge me.
Yep, he is. You got him. Dude, did that light go back to blue on its own? Because I didn't hear you tell
I
it.
told it to blue.
I didn't hear that.
Muted.
It's because I was
Sorry.
streaming
Oh,
at
you
the
were
time.
muted. No, he was muted. That's why.
I didn't want to
Oh.
have the stream hear me yelling at the computer.
I'm fine
I said
with
the C
it.
word.
Nah, but dude, for real, potato ruined Miranda's Minute on TikTok, and I was very devastated. And I
That's a
have the
shit.
whole. I have
so
the-
much fun with that.
So did I, and she did too. And I talked to her about it the other day.
Your wife's
was like,
pregnant,
Miranda,
bro.
I
Your
wanna-
wife's
I
pregnant.
wanna bring it back.
That's the only answer here. That's it.
I want to bring it back.
That's all there is to it.
I had this Word document sitting on my desktop that had like 20 more questions on it.
Throw them.
And I was like, I haven't seen him post anything. So I just deleted it. I was
Nah.
like, oh, well, I
Damn
guess
it.
they're not good anymore.
I told her, bro.
There's crazy
Jack,
things.
flip it. Someone post this and tag her in Twitter or something. Oh my god, dude.
I laughed so hard posting them. And I
love
laughed even
them.
harder having her answer them.
Oh, dude, she doesn't realize like how much she's involved with my community, and it hurts. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like people stalk her almost as much as they stalk my TikTok. Like Yoshi, if you go to Yoshi and be like, "Hey, when was Miranda born?" He will tell you. I don't know how he knows, but it's weird. But like they just do. And like she's a part
You
of
know
the
when she was
community.
born?
Yoshi.
Yoshi, help real quick.
Are we waiting for a response from Yoshi now?
98. July 15, 98. Thank you, Yoshi. Yeah.
I had a hole in one on July 15th, 2007. Yes.
Damn. Yeah.
Yes, hole in one, 2007, July 15th. Thank you. Golf clap,
Man,
golf
it
clap,
was-
golf clap.
Yeah, I have that if someone wants to put it on.
Yeah, the golf clap. I was 17. I turned 17 like 4 days before.
Damn.
And then like honestly, no lie, I want to say like 4 days later, I had an eagle from 100 yards out. And
Oh, wow.
I'm like, holy shit, everything's going in. Let's go. You know? But yeah,
I don't
it
think
was
I've
great.
ever had a hole in one. But we did slam some Four Locos on a hole once.
That
That was a good 18.
But I mean, it just depends how much golf you
Or
played,
9,
right? Like
I don't know.
I played high school golf, so I mean I played who knows how many rounds, and then I worked at a country club, so I played a lot of golf. I'm not saying I should have had a hole in one because some people play like every day of their life and never had one. But
I've only come close, and it hit the pin and did not stay.
The only thing that I like,
cried.
the only thing that I'm like bummed about, right, is it was not on a hole where you could see the hole. So yes, it was a reaction when I got up there and I saw it, but it was not the same reaction as like if you watch some of those like tournaments and you see the ball start tracking, and then it dropped like that's just like the Tiger Woods shot on the Masters like a while ago. Like you remember like what year was that where it, the Nike commercial, man.
You
That
didn't get a
Nike
shooter.
Yeah, the shooter. Did you guys see that
So,
Adam
like, on a hole
Sandler?
like that.
Yeah, good.
Oh, you go. Well, I was gonna say, if I lived on a golf course that had a blind hole, I would wait for people to shoot and then go and grab their ball and put it in the hole.
I was about to say the same thing.
And then record it, because you know how great those lives would be. Just be like,
They'd be so happy.
"Fuck's my ball."
They'd be
Where's
so
my
happy.
ball?
You would
Yeah,
have
right,
you would have to wait for like the perfect like okay, that
You
was
would have
actually
to be
pretty close,
super
right?
fast.
It had to be like pretty close. You don't want to get one that's like way off because then they're gonna know something's up.
Nah.
What?
You need to dress in like
mean, as long as
as long as you look like you
Green.
belong.
Ghillie
Yeah,
suit.
like just like belong. Just walk up there and fucking
Just
go
go up
hide
like
in
the
the tree.
moose, dude. Just go up like a moose, you know?
Get one of those Desert Storm ghillie suits and you just hide in the sand trap.
That's what's up. I would love it.
And maybe leave a quarter.
make sure
maybe
a
leave a
ball
quarter
doesn't
where their
land
ball
on you.
actually did fall. Yeah, that
You
would
get
suck. I guess
fucking-
wear a hard hat or
Yeah,
something.
I was about to say you get fucking shivved with a fucking 9
Ah, my ass!
Did you
You
guys
got a hole in one already.
Did you guys see the recent I don't know if they were Instagrams or tweets or whatever they were from Adam Sandler apparently. His what was it?
Oh yeah,
20
him and Shooter
20
McGavin going
what-
together on TikTok.
What was it? The 50th year anniversary or 25th? What I mean 50 sounds extreme. So what was it?
I thought it was 20.
It wasn't
20th?
50. I think it
It
was
was 20?
25 or
20
20 something like that.
25?
It was
Yeah,
somewhere.
they went back and forth and then Shooter did one too.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
He said, up to you, Gilmore.
Last
was
year
like-
last year I was Happy Gilmore. Well, not this past year. The year before I was Happy Gilmore for Halloween because our gender reveal was me Happy Gilmoring a golf ball. That's what I did.
That's perfect.
And I tried so hard to get that shit on Sports Center, you know, like just their Instagram. I like sent it. I'm like, here's your gender reveal, you know? Because I was like
Dude,
dressed head to
should've
toe.
sent it to Joey.
I had the Boston.
Yeah,
I had the
with ESPN.
I had the Bruin. I didn't know Joey at this time. Okay, I didn't even know you at this time. I had the Bruins jersey, the blue like hospital-esque pants, the Timbs on, like the work boots. Shaved my head, Happy Gilmore perfectly. My wife's sitting there in a giant penguin costume with a margarita because she was from Billy Madison. It was a full Adam Sandler themed party. It was awesome.
So awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, it was great. That's my big thing. I'm excited. I got to figure out what I'm going to do this year. I hope I can convince my son, who it'll be about a year and a half, to do something with us. Because we were, I was Joe Exotic this past year. She was Carol Baskins, and he was a Tiger Cub. That's what we were this year. It was great. The year 2020. It was no because I mean it was a pandemic. It was like no cub petting, right? Cub petting. But it sounds like he might be talking to his wife on the trip home. Isaac, what do you do for a living? You said you work late night shift and everything. What do you do?
Work at an Intel fab, so I work the graveyard shift there. Didn't start that long ago there, so I'm pretty excited about doing that. I was working at the hospital that my wife is working now. We almost traded the time when I stopped working there and she started. So it was kind of a bummer because I couldn't drive her to work or anything, but I just started working at Intel after a few months off, and pretty good.
I didn't know they had an Intel out there.
Oh yeah, really big in Portland area. I'm closer to Portland, Oregon.
Yeah.
They have a whole bunch of facilities in in outside of Portland. So
Okay.
that's where I work. I don't think it's their headquarters, but it's like one of their biggest US facilities, I think.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm back.
I didn't know. I should have known that. It is like the northwest. A lot of those like big IT companies have some locations out there, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. My son's still trying to convince me to get a job at Nintendo of America, but I said it's not the same thing, but
What were you doing at the hospital before?
I was equipment tech.
Oh, nice.
Monitoring, cleaning equipment and doing all that stuff and getting equipment out to the nurses and stuff. But
That
yeah,
equipment's
I'd been there a
very
long
critical.
time.
That equipment's very
Yeah.
critical. That's got to be
I
stressful.
had been there a long time trying to move forward, and it wasn't happening. So turned into a lot of friction.
Yeah. No, I hear that. I mean that equipment. So like I said, I work in software, and I just can't. I just can't imagine being somewhere where something is like life threatening if it doesn't work. Right. Like that.
Yeah.
That's like a completely different level to me. And like I wish a lot of the time people who wanted our stuff to work had that outlook. Right. Because like what I mean, I work on transfer of assets right now. So like transfer money into our company from other firms and other things. I work at a finance company. It's like, yeah, I want all of it to work, but like, it's people lose money,
Good
right?
enough.
But I'm saying people lose money if things like that happen, or you might have to pay them out because something happens, but it's not the same as like somebody losing a life or something, right?
Right.
It's like putting it into perspective.
Well, before that, I worked for a company that made defibrillators.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, so I learned from them that a lot of times medical tech is so far behind rest of the world tech because you got to go with something that is a known product.
Makes sense.
You don't want to be innovative. You
Yeah.
don't want to be innovative because that gives you a chance to be flawed or not work or a lemon. You want to go with technology that's known and proven and works.
No, it makes
And
sense. I think I've had that conversation at my company before, actually, of like, how risk adverse you have to be, right? Somewhere like a, medical field, like you kind of have to be very risk adverse when it comes to technology changes.
yeah,
You can't run the risk of something
it's
like
kind
that
of
coming down.
like for someone that might not understand, if you have every firewall and every like iris protection running on your computer, it's going to be shit.
Yeah.
Computer's just not going to let you do anything. It's going to be like, oh, you want to run paintbrush? Well, a virus could get in there.
Yeah.
So like if it's medical, yeah, the equipment's almost on lockdown, in its technology and its ability to be used. So if you're ever paranoid about going into a hospital, equipment's not the thing that's going to kill you.
Sure. Now,
It's the nurses.
It's in there. What's your wife do at that hospital now?
Even though she's immune compromised, she's kind of the front door checker of people when they come into the hospital. She takes their temperatures and asks them the 20 questions that everybody gets asked when they go someplace. Have you been around somebody that's sick? Do you have any
Yeah.
COVID symptoms and all that? And then track data with the person, like, oh, this person was here on December 22nd, blah blah kind of stuff, just tracking where people are going and what they're doing. And the hospital by us is kind of really locked down, so if you have a loved one in there that's just cold, you can't go visit. But if they might be on their deathbed, yeah, you can probably have one or two people in at a time. So
Damn.
it gets to be a little hard when someone really wants to come in to see their friend that has pancreas removed or something. You're like, you can't see them. It's not really a threatening thing. So they
Not
catch them when
even
they get
after
out.
my brain surgery, the only people that was allowed to see me was immediate family and only two at a time. That was it.
We are in different times these days, guys. Guys, we are in some different times.
So I know you guys are a little bit younger, but
I don't know
this is-
how much younger, you know?
this is unparalleled. Well, you guys were talking about Disney shows that I had no idea what were.
I mean, a lot of people probably don't know what they were, right? Did you watch Disney, you know?
Not really.
What are you, 30?
So that's what I'm saying.
5 max?
39?
39? Yeah,
You are looking fine for
Yeah.
your age, good sir.
Well, I'm just saying,
Thank you.
I'm turning 31 this year. So, like, I am in my
So-
30s.
I'm almost 30.
Black is the
So
young
there was
buck.
a time. So there was a time back in the olden days where when your family members were coming to visit you on a plane, that you got to see them at the gate with your 20 other family members and friends and have balloons and signs and all that stuff as they walked off the airplane. You can't do that anymore because you have to wait at baggage claim or in the parking lot. It's kind of the same thing. Like my mom just had her toenail removed. Can I go see her? No. This is a fucking hospital. What are you doing? Go away. COVID. What are you thinking? Be like going to the airport and being like, oh, I just want to take my hunting rifle with me on my trip to Canada.
Yeah. What are you giving? What is this? What is this? Why are you giving us a finger?
I got something to say.
All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna put this here so you guys don't see me chomping on my food.
I can see
What
it through
if-
that cup.
OnlyFans is missing out.
Yeah, no shit. What if this is how they've always wanted it, and they were like, "Oh my god, we have an excuse to just isolate everyone and get them the fuck out of our baggage claim area." And
I think it's pretty genius.
Personnel.
You mean to get them out of the terminals and
Yeah.
stuff?
like everything, just everything in general. What if we use COVID as the excuse for fucking everything we've ever wanted to do? And that's what everyone's
like it.
doing.
I don't think the movie theaters like it.
Yeah, no.
Actually, the coolest shit ever I found out the other day, we get to rent out a movie theater all to ourselves. You go there with any movie
yeah.
you want. You can pick something off their shelf, or you can bring a Blu-ray to them. You can rent it out with up to 36 people of your choosing.
For how much?
So each person has to $100. That's it.
They're hurting.
You get
They're hurting.
snacks.
You know how sad that is, though?
You
Like,
get
that's
snacks.
sad.
You get everything.
But so somebody who loved going to the movie theater, like I wasn't big into it had to be the release night. Like I didn't have to go when it first came out. Like I would just like watching the movie in that setting, I guess I would say. And it sucks, like, because like that's something that like is a big thing, right? That's not a small business. Like you call things small businesses, they're hurting. Those big businesses that rely on that interaction, that's sad, man, because that's just going to fade away because you're either going to get like not enough money that you have to shut down, or people fade away from wanting to do that. It's going to become like a once in a blue moon you want to do it, and people can't stay open for that, you know? And it's sad. It's tough.
Yeah, I totally agree. I just loved going to the theater for the experience, to the point where like I've made a silent declaration, but I haven't been too silent about it, that any movie that's released like on a streaming service same day it would be released in theater, I don't watch. Watch it for a year until any portion of me watching that and talking about it does not promote the movie. I'm done, because I love the theater. The theater is an experience.
Yeah.
And you can watch a movie at home, but it's not the same. You don't get the sticky seats, you don't get the sticky floor. No, but like
guy
it's
jacking
just
off
not
in
the
the back,
same.
you know, none of it.
Jacking off the back. I worked at a movie theater. That was one of my first jobs, and I loved it. I loved the experience so much. Like
I had a friend who worked there who would hook me up with tickets all the time. I'm like, when I walked up to the window and I saw him, I'm like, yes, this is gonna be free.
and like
So horrible.
It was. It was
You
like,
go
this is
do that.
this is phenomenal. Because it's not out of his pocket. That's a different story, right? You're talking about the
it's
big
not
place.
out of the theater's pocket. It's not
Yeah.
out of the theater's pocket.
Exactly. It's like
they don't take much of a cut, if any, from ticket sales. All their money is concessions.
yeah.
Majority of their money is
Which
concessions.
trust me, I
So-
got that large popcorn every time.
Yeah,
Every time.
yeah. But
I was the guy that walked in from Dollar Tree with a bag.
You're worse than me because you took snacks in, my guy. You took snacks. That's messed up.
I loved it.
So management hates that, but employees don't give a fuck either. When I used to work there, I saw one guy come in with a bucket of KFC. I'm like, my guy.
You are living.
Can I have a drumstick, please?
But yeah, when I worked, it was like ages ago. Once again, I'm way older, but it was ages ago. I don't know if they do it anymore because I think a lot of the movies are digital, even in the theater.
Yeah.
But when they used to cut reel to reel, like a movie would come as big as your dinner table. Like it wouldn't come like that, but when it's set up on a platter, it's as big as your dinner table. It is literally a 6-foot fucking big platform. They come in these little smaller ones. Maybe like, I don't even know if you guys seen them at school. Did you guys have projectors at school?
Yeah.
Yeah, with reels. Yeah.
Yeah, the real projectors.
We're not
so
that
they come on
young.
those.
We're not that young, okay?
God.
So they'd come on like 6 of those in a big tin box. And the projectionist would have to take and put it into a machine, and it would spin the full movie through until it got to the end of the reel. And then he would attach them with this clear tape. And he'd have to wait for the whole thing to go through. And then had the hard job of playing the movie in an empty theater to make sure that he spliced it together right. I know. It's difficult.
What a tragedy if the movie was really good. You know?
But like, we were friends with the projectionist back then. He'd be like, all right, I'm screening Lord of the Rings tonight. You want to come watch it with me? Fuck yeah. And
Dude,
then
that's awesome.
you'd work concessions that night, and you'd be like, oh no, I made an extra garbage bag of popcorn. What are we gonna do? And we come in there with like our extreme gulps, like the 32-ounce 7-Eleven cups, and
Stuff that they don't allow anymore.
And
good old
the
days of supersize.
we'd fill that up with soda, and we'd get each of us with a garbage bag of popcorn.
That's
And just fucking have the greatest time, because who's gonna shout? Who's gonna get you thrown out? Nobody. You can be as loud or quiet as you want. Like, it's just like maybe 5 people in there, and if you're all digging the movie, then you're all digging the movie. But if you're all like, this movie fucking sucks, man,
You're just having a
why are we
blast.
watching Spice World? Ugh. Ooh, Spice World. And yeah, we didn't have to clean it up. They had janitorial staff that comes in right before you open. So we'd throw popcorn and shit. It was the greatest time.
That sounds amazing.
That job was great. But they've always done where you could rent a theater, but I didn't know it was like $100 now.
Yeah.
It's cheap.
Yeah. And they give
I'm
you
surprised.
food?
I'm surprised because it's
so
like $12, $15 a
$100
ticket right now, you
is-
know?
You get unlimited popcorn
Oh my God. Like,
for
what
the
hell?
movie. You
Was
get
$100
unlimited
a
popcorn,
person or for the group?
and- what?
Is it $100 for the person or the group?
The group.
Oh my God.
That's cheap as shit.
Yes,
A
it
garbage bag of, well, yeah, but they're making a killing off that.
I don't care.
Garbage bag of popcorn is like,
Yeah, but still think about it.
$5.
Like, to go there with
kernels.
if you actually maxed out the allotted people, you would have to pay next to nothing.
Yeah, you pay like $2 to go watch. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you right now.
It's
So
awesome.
I used to go every weekend, and it was matinee. I would only go to matinee.
What's up, Queen?
$6 for a matinee, right? When I was going,
Wait, what's
and
a
it was
matinee?
like before 6 p.m., right before dinner time. I think it was
What
the
does that mean?
matinee. Matinee
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like before 6 p.m. You go.
like an early bird special for movies.
So it's
Yeah.
still a movie, but you call
Go
it a
in-
matinee?
No, it's called a matinee because they fucking called a matinee, Black, not me. They call it a matinee. That's
never
what
heard
it's
that
fucking
term
called.
I don't understand. No, I've heard it. I never
People.
heard
All
it something
right.
fancy
Here,
people
let me
did.
tell you. That's not fancy. It's the cheapos. The cheapos go to the matinees. It's not fancy.
It's literally the early bird special.
Yeah, it's like you go to
I
a
love
restaurant and you
early
get a
bird
lunch.
specials early. I don't like going when everyone and their mother's out at 9
But other
PM.
people do. So they charge more for it, right? They try to
I hate
deter people.
so-
Actually, nobody goes during the day. That's why it's cheaper.
Right.
And that's why matinees are cheaper.
Right.
I love
I was
it.
saying
Just
that
like,
everybody wants to go to the
When
later
you go to a
one.
bar and they have
Yeah.
a special
Yeah.
at night, it's because no one's coming in that night. So if you come in, you get a special.
Yeah.
I love it.
So anyway,
Those were the nights I went.
Black, what I said was I was doing the matinee. Sorry you've never heard of that before.
Honestly, like,
Because
I
you're-
just never called it that. I was like, hey, hun, want to go see a fucking movie? At
I
1
didn't
PM?
call it that. It was called that. That's what it was called. You just didn't know it was called that. Like it's the matinee
It's from a-
show.
It's from a simpler time when they had words for things instead of uh-huh,
Yeah.
uh-huh.
Yeah. So
Point to
anyway,
the number on the menu that you want.
I would go.
Oh, okay.
I would go when it was $6 for an early show, right? And then now, like I don't
That's
know if I.
expensive.
No, that was
$6
not,
is expensive.
That was not expensive,
Dude, our movies here in Hillsborough are like $4.99.
All right. So let's just talk about this here for a second,
They
Isaac.
first runs.
That's why his rent out is $100. There's no way you're getting 36 people in there for $100. This is some bum running bootlegs on the back corner, making a little extra money.
Made
This
national
isn't even official
fucking
stat.
news.
This isn't official. He goes
The
in there and
theater
it's
made
an official
national
stat.
fucking news.
It
When
doesn't-
It 2 come out, they made the news. Look it up.
Last week when It 2 came out.
Because they said
Last
free
week.
entry for everyone that comes to It 2 if they dress up as a clown. Our fucking town was full of goblins and bitches. It was sucked. Dude, it was literally clowns from one end of town to the other. And they showed It 2 in every theater they had.
Look, all I'm trying to say, Black, is $6 for a matinee is not expensive. So wherever you're going to see these movies for $5, and that was like 10 years ago. Wherever you're going for $5, call it a blessing because that doesn't exist anymore. It's like $15 for one ticket for me.
So,
Well, don't
Why don't
move
we
then.
near like
We
a
have
big city
$5
either.
Sunday and Tuesday. We have a $5 Sunday and Tuesday.
You gotta love
That's
those.
the only time it's $5.
You gotta love those.
That's the days we'd go, and we'd feel bad like waiting all weekend for the latest Marvel movie, to go on Sunday. We're like, oh, we want to go
Yeah.
opening night, but we
Hearing
gotta
all
wait
the
till
stuff on
Sunday for
Facebook and
$5.
stuff.
Fuck that. We shut off internet for that. We don't want Bucky to be alive and know about it. Fuck that. What are you gonna do with your life?
I feel that. I never cared.
I'm
I
looking.
was one of them people that just I didn't care to wait. I just rolled with it.
I'm the person who likes the drive-in. Like I like the outdoor movie. Like
Yes.
I love it. It's phenomenal.
So I was gonna say that's another thing that kind of just died out because
I
different
still
reasons.
I
but
still have
it'd
them
be-
where I'm at.
I think
like,
COVID gives it a shot to come back.
yeah, it does.
Right? Why doesn't it?
Right?
I
That
mean,
seclusion, you're with your own people. Like literally.
Outside.
you're enjoying the movie outside.
Yeah.
Technology's better too. You don't even need those
Oh.
like in-can things on your phone.
No,
you
you
just
just
turn it
tune
into a
your
radio
radio.
station.
Yes. Oh my god, I want it back so bad. There's an
I
old
don't-
closed down one in Litchfield, and they were talking about reopening it right before COVID hit. And I'm like, why the fuck didn't you keep going? I would have
Yeah,
went.
why not? Like
Oh, I
the
love
the cost to gain in this past year would have just been like boom, who knows?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because people would have been dying
Oh.
to get out.
Yeah.
Oh.
But that's, I mean, I'm originally from Pittsburgh side of Pennsylvania, and like I had more over there. Outside of Philadelphia, I think it's a little too bougie over here. I'm just gonna,
Bougie.
it's just bougie.
Ratchet.
It's just bougie. Trying to keep up with New York or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I bet the big cities it'd be a little bit harder because
The
real
lights.
estate is
The
probably
lights make it
really
hard, too.
expensive. Yeah, and the lights,
Yeah.
and I mean to find a parking lot that people just can't sit on the building next door and tune into the radio and not pay anything. So like you kind of need the countryside where you can't come up behind and watch the movie.
You gotta love those cities when you get it. I mean, it's expensive, I'm sure, but when you're in the apartment that overlooks like So
Center.
PNC Park, which is the Pirates Stadium, is like pretty open. If you've ever seen like ever look it up, it's like it's pretty open. It's like in the river, so you can like literally see down into the game. Like you might need your binoculars, but I mean you can get the grand scheme of what's going on, and you could be sitting in your own home. It'd be awesome.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
There's where the Timbers play. One of the walls is a gymnasium, like a gym that you can go to, and a rehab center. And there's a balcony out there.
Oh,
You can exercising and watching down into the game. I bet it's really expensive to get a membership there, but
I can imagine.
Cool.
Black, you were like in a cloud of smoke there for a second. It looked like you had a fog machine running.
I was looking at that.
It was
like,
literally
my
like a fog
DSLR
machine.
Doesn't pick it up, but my Logitech just looks like I'm sitting.
It literally
in a
looked like you were
fucking
sitting in a
We're
smog
being
machine.
hosted by Snoop Dogg over here.
But it's so weird.
Let's hear a couple
my
bars.
Other camera doesn't even pick it up at all.
Yeah,
it's bad.
It was weird. It was like I don't know if it was your black curtain or whatnot, but it was definitely
it
was
was
lingering.
all right here, just like circulating.
I bet the fans in your computer aren't helping. Ever worry about that? Like,
okay,
producing
so
smoke to your computer?
I do worry about this. That's why I started switching to these things, because they produce a lot less smoke. But I'm currently out of these, so this is the most.
Doesn't that also take all the fun out of it?
Yeah, like entirely. Like what? That is the hardest I can hit this thing. I fucking
What's
take
the
a rip
point?
off of this. Like, there's a massive difference. I want this and this.
Off the Magic Dragon.
It's bad. I don't know, but like the
Remember
nicotine
when,
difference, they're equal. So like a rip like I took off of
Yeah.
this is equal to what I just did with this. So like it's all the same, but like whatever.
Remember
I
when
just
those
want to go
first
back
came
to
out?
chew.
Like a long time ago, I had smoking friends that would buy them, and then I was like, "That's kind of cool breathing all that smoke." I mean, I'm a non-smoker. Can I get ones that have non-nicotine?
can.
They're like, "Yeah, I guess." And so I went into the shop. I'm like, "I want those things, but no nicotine." They're like, "What's the point?" I'm like smoke.
I want to look cool.
Magic.
Yeah. I do it all
then-
the time.
Then everybody's doing it. I'm like, okay, this is an expensive habit just for a little bit of smoke.
I need to take like a snippet of it and then do a transition with it. So like when I blow on my camera, just do the transition. The scene will change.
Scene change, so it's like smoke going sideways.
Yeah. That'd be great.
Back into gameplay, guys. Let's go back to chat cam. Smoke.
That's the most I can get out of it.
It's probably just residual in your lungs.
It probably is. Dude, like that's another thing. If I'm laying in bed, like right after I take a good couple rips off this, I'll go lay in bed and I'll just be like, I'm like, where was that? That's why that's bad.
The day you fart and some smoke comes out is the day you're like, maybe I should limit my intake.
Dude, okay,
That's
hold
great. All right. Did you just fart too?
So like I inhale and then right at the end I'll swallow whatever's in my mouth, and then see some just come out right there. It happens all the time. My wife's like, "Why do you eat it?" And I'm like, "Leave me alone." But honestly,
it tastes good.
Honestly, if it wasn't for my kids, I would still be chewing because I want to go back to chewing so bad. I miss it every day of every life of every second.
You're living multiple lives?
Huh?
Are you living multiple lives? How do you make that happen?
What do you mean?
You said every life, every day of every
Dude,
life. How do you?
Like, it's all I can think about.
I know.
So, like,
I'm
even
just
in my
busting your
head-
chops. I'm just busting your chops.
Yeah, but like we're talking about my nicotine, man. I really want to go back to
Fuck my
chewing so
nicotine.
bad, but my wife will not let me. And I hate vaping. I really do. But I am a
Need that
I
fix.
love dip. I love dip so much.
It's never appealed to me. The dipping definitely never appealed to me. I'm just like, oh my
dude.
God, my teeth are already messed up by food. What could I do
So,
with all that?
like,
You know?
I don't even know if you can see it on the Logitech.
What am I looking at? I don't know what I'm looking
Okay,
at.
so I can see it on my DSLR, but my bottom teeth are stained. Like
Oh,
they are
okay.
stained. So like
So you want to go back and just stain them some more?
I don't even care, okay? But like
It's like, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is an addict.
Yes. Here we have one right here. Here we have one.
my doctor was like, "Hey, chewing's not bad for you, but it's bad for your teeth." Okay? It's very bad for your teeth. I'm not even kidding you. He told me it's not bad for you.
So I
He
had
says it's horrible for your teeth.
I had a coach in youth baseball.
That was my dentist that said that.
I had a coach in youth baseball who lost his jaw
Yeah.
from it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then he was a completely different looking guy, right? Like
Yeah.
that's bad for you, bro.
Dentist.
That's bad for you.
This dentist wanted your repeat business.
Oh yeah, definitely. She got it.
Cleanings, you know.
She got it.
Cleanings
She got a month.
cleanings cost a lot.
But
And 2 was probably getting kickbacks from
The
she
doctor.
straight up, she looks at me straight up and she goes, "I know I can't get you to quit. Can you at least move to the top so your receding gum line will stop?" And I'm like, "Fuck yeah." I started doing it on the top. Now I have receding gum line right here. That's why you can see most of that canine.
You not see the problem.
It's so bad because like when I went to the top, I couldn't do loose leaf anymore.
And
So I went
now we put in the
Literally.
MTV, and now we put the MTV commercial in the ad where it's like the
I have
classic
condom
like no
commercials on my
smoking
Twitch.
one, right? Like we put that commercial in. Tobacco's bad, you know? Like
is
that's the
bad.
commercial
Don't
that
do
comes
it.
in.
But I want it.
You guys know what I'm talking about.
But-
That MTV commercial that's like the
Yeah.
very classic, you know.
100%.
That's what we need right now.
So like
The next
I went to the
step your
top.
dentist is gonna say. Next step your dentist is gonna say is be like, well, you messed up all your teeth now. Can you just start putting it in your butt? Just
Yeah, so that my fucking other doctor can get a kickback. Yeah.
yeah.
So
my
And you know absorb more that way too, right?
oh yeah. So
He's like, what do you mean? I've tasted pickles the last week because of what my wife did to me last week.
so yeah, I started going
They're
to
not
the top.
baby pills, they're the big kosher ones.
You need the deal, bro. No, so I went to the top and then I switched to wide cut because I used to do fine cut Copenhagen fine cut that was in a cardboard can. Loved it. It was original. It was so good. So I went to Grizzly wide cut. It stayed up there a lot better, and then it started falling a lot because when I would dip, I would have like a fucking massive one in for like hours, and I wouldn't even think about it because I didn't spit. You know, I just stopped caring about spitting too. That's when my wife drew the line because no matter what, I always smelled like chew. If I would burp, if I would sneeze, whatever, she would always smell chew. So then I switched to pouches. Well, then I was sleeping with the pouches in because I would just forget they're up there.
This is where I make an announcement, a PSA here, you know. Black is a very great human being, everybody. He is a wonderful person. He gives back to his community, okay? You should try to be a lot more like Black. But he has some bad habits, okay?
I do.
Be able to identify why you want to be like Black and why you don't. Do not get into the tobacco game,
No,
people.
don't.
Do
And I
not
always
get into the
tell
nicotine game. It's bad, okay? The little
tell them
chalk
all the
cigarettes,
time.
those are fun. Those are fun, you know. The smoke, that Isaac was talking about, they're fun. You know, these other products, listen to your dentists. Listen to your
It's
dentist.
kind of bad for you.
I'm making a joke, but I am serious, people. I am serious.
It is bad, guys.
Chewing tobacco is bad for you. Grow up and do coke like an adult.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Powder. No. So stay away from it all. Like, just don't. And if you ask my wife, like, my biggest pet peeve, it's drugs in general. I can't stand them. Like, my wife will come in here if she was home and be like, he made me stop smoking weed because he wouldn't be with me. She said, you either quit dipping or I start smoking weed again. And I quit dipping. That's how, like, against it I am, because I don't even know why. Like, I honestly don't. We talked about this on another one, I think. But, like, I don't know why, but it is. And that was how she got me to stop dipping, because she threw that in my face and she knows how against it I am. So I was like, oh, if you feel that bad against it, like, I guess I better stop. And, you know, my kids have gotten a hold of one of my cans before and it was a mess and it was not good. And, like, and it was nothing that I'd done. Kids are wondrous. Everyone here knows that. They get into anything and everything they can, no matter where you put it or hide it. So, like, yeah, I mean, it was probably best thing that I quit, but I still think about it every fucking waking second of every day. And I love it. But it's probably the best thing that's ever happened to me, because I went from brushing my teeth 3-4 times a day to brushing them twice a day. Because I would actually carry around one of these with me everywhere I went. You know, like a pack of these and then a pack of disposable toothbrushes.
And somehow I still had better dentist appointments than you.
Yeah, probably.
come to
But I've never
think.
had a cavity in my entire life.
That's because your teeth is rotted out. They can't fill a cavity if the tooth isn't
Yeah.
there anymore.
They don't have a hole. They have like
A crater.
missing tooth.
They have a crater.
I that's an honest truth, though. I've never had a cavity. I've never had anything wrong with my teeth.
Just had them all ripped out at a young age and replaced with
Yeah,
titanium
right?
teeth.
Yeah.
So circling back to the movie theater
Oh, yeah.
working, nothing was worse cleaning up cup of spit.
Oh god. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Shoe spit.
How many times I've drank a bottle of spit?
That's gross.
Ugh.
I can't tell you how many
That's
times.
disgusting.
And I puked every time. And then that was one of the reasons leading to me stop spitting into a cup, because I couldn't distinguish the difference when I started drinking. I just stopped spitting.
I agree with that is definitely the most foul thing, right?
Oh, it's so bad.
It's at least good
Like
if
the
people
chew
put
spit?
at least if people put a paper towel down in, you know, to soak up some of it. It's
Oh, I know
okay.
people that do that.
You
In a
know,
solo cup.
Yeah.
it helps.
Well, like Cyber knows, you know, Cyber's seen one of my spittoons here, you know, like a mud jug. I have little mud jugs that, like, when you would pull them over, they wouldn't spill or anything. And a mud jug is just like a plastic spittoon.
Let's not, you know, tell the community, you know, we're not trying to go them down that habit. Okay, they don't need these things.
Don't do it.
They don't need
It's
these
very
things.
bad. It is. Don't ever do it. But I see Vibe chewing all the time, and I'm like, dude, just not right now.
Oh, I do watch Vibe. Vibe does. Yeah, yeah. He definitely.
Not right now. And Bryce does too, but Bryce knows I have a problem.
I haven't seen Vibe. I haven't seen Vibe do it.
He's always got one in.
I haven't. If he does, I've never noticed it. He does a good job of hiding it.
Pay attention right here towards the back.
Well, then what does he never spit? I never see him spit.
Dude, the man does Copenhagen mint. I stare at it all the time. It's so bad.
He sees the tin.
He's like, I can smell it through the channel.
No, I scared him one time because I watched him put a dip in, and he turned his chair. He put a dip in. When he come back around, I seen it, and I was like, bro, I can smell that Copenhagen mint from here. And he went, how the fuck do you know I had Copenhagen mint? And I was like, I seen it earlier. He was like, that was the scariest moment of my life.
It's never enticed me, man. It's never enticed me. And I mean, you think of all the sports, right? All the sports where you associate dip with, it's definitely baseball, and baseball is my sport. So it's like, you would think it, but I just never. Even sunflower seeds. Fucking baseball players love sunflower seeds. I fucking hate sunflower seeds. Way too much salt. Way too much salt.
I tried the sunflower seeds.
Too much work for what you get out of it.
It is so much work. Like, that's what I never understand. If I ever did like have sunflower seeds, because I tried sunflower seeds because that's like what people did. I just like suck the salt off of them and then crunch them up and spit them out. I'm like, how do you find the seed in this shit? Like you have to crack the shell and get this little tiny little seed out to eat it. Like that's
Too much
crazy.
work, bro. That's like finding out what our wives want to eat. It's not happening.
It's just not gonna happen. Find out what they want to eat
Top
might happen.
ramen again tonight.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I could go for some ramen. I haven't had ramen in about 8 years. I
I was
used
just complaining to my son
Did
about
you just say
sushi.
you haven't had ramen in 8 years?
since college, had to be. Yeah. Do you guys eat ramen on the regular?
Once a week?
Yeah.
No. How do
Wife
okay,
probably does once a week.
let's
My
talk
wife-
about this. How do you guys eat your ramen? Do you eat it like noodles or do you eat it like soup? That's
Yeah,
that's a debate right now, right? What you got a story for that one? You got a story
I
for
got
that one?
stories. I got
Go ahead.
stories. So my wife has
On these.
specific way she makes ramen. I'm probably gonna say it wrong, but she cooks the noodles, the water, adds the seasoning packet, stirs it, and then green onions.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's so good.
And if I do it any step of that wrong. And it's got to be the beef flavor for her.
Ugh.
I'm chicken all the way. Sometimes
I love
Oriental,
chicken.
sometimes
the
Oriental,
way
but
to
mainly
go.
chicken, mainly chicken.
See, my
Chicken's the way
wife's
to
a
go.
beef- my wife is a beef noodle person, but like
But can I ask you a question? Did you understand what I was asking of noodles or soup? Like, is it just
yeah.
noodles at the end or is it soup at the end for you
And
guys?
you have broth?
it's a fine
Like, do you
mix,
have broth, right? Is what I'm asking.
Yeah.
fine
Okay.
I
mix.
think you should.
If
Well,
you
there's a
do
lot
it
of people who do ramen, just ramen. Like, it's just noodles at the end.
True. Yeah, but if you
Boring
do it
alley.
right, there's a very little broth at the very end because the noodles are absorbing the whole time. So my wife begs for me to cook her ramen noodles because she can't do it the way I do it.
Okay.
And it's probably because
Similar-
I've been cooking
similar to
ramen
your-
noodles since I was 12, bro.
Similar to your twice baked potatoes, maybe.
Dude, okay, but like she likes this.
Okay.
So she makes so how I do my ramen noodles is I boil the water first, then I put 2 packs in, then I
Two?
put
Ooh.
in, all the seasonings, whether it be cayenne or whatever, because we're spicy people. We like
I'm
spice.
about to add ramen to my grocery order this week. I'm not even
And
kidding
then,
now.
like sometimes I'll do green onions, sometimes I'll do like, maybe like we have Dorito powder. Dorito powder, like nacho Dorito powder. Oh my god, bro. Yeah, I just fucked the whole world. So
What?
yeah, dude, it's wild. And
It's
then
sold as powder, or you like get
No,
Doritos and
it's
crush it?
you can buy the powder on Amazon. But then I cook the noodles just to the point I can barely break them with my fingers if I pinch them. And then I'll empty a bit of the water out to where it's not drowning, but there's still enough in there to mix everything up. So then I'll add in the real packets like of the chicken flavoring or the beef flavoring, whatever she wants at that time. And then I'll stir it all up. And then by the time you're done stirring it all up, there's a nice thick broth at the bottom that goes with. He just found it. His mind's blown. And then,
I did look it up.
and then once you keep stirring it, all of the seasoning and everything just starts glistening on the noodles, and the noodles are to perfection. Perfection every time. And my wife begs for me to cook her ramen noodles because every time she does it, they're either not done or they're mushy.
So
And I can't stand mushy.
So I'm gonna. It's been a while. I haven't made it probably since I was in college, maybe even in the dorm. So like very beginning of college. I personally like mine broken up completely, not like long noodles. I do like broken up. So I break it up pretty much before I even open the pack, and then they're broken up pretty damn good, and I cook them.
I think we all went through that phase.
Like where people like them broken up, or you now like them long. You now like them like the whole thing together.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's what you're saying. You like them all
I'm
together.
long now.
So
Yeah, long
well,
now.
well, so now I'm gonna tell you, I don't like no broth. Like I want a soup. It's a soup for me.
Yeah,
But
that's fine.
But I don't add
Like
anything
chicken noodle
extra.
soup, but-
Well, I hear what you guys say about adding a whole bunch of stuff too. I don't add anything to mine. What I add is I then take about a half a pack of saltine crackers and I crush them
you
up,
Thick.
and then it just soaks it up. And I'm eating just soggy crackers and noodles for the next whatever. That's what
filling,
I'm
though.
eating.
Yeah,
It
but
is
it's not
so
bad.
good.
It's filling.
It's so good. It's salty. It's delicious. I love it.
That's
I'm legit.
So
we have
I'm
a
giving
we have a grocery order for Sunday. I'm putting an order of chicken noodles on there. Chicken.
So I'm picked on for what I eat sometimes because I'll eat crazy things. And like
Oh, we
my
do.
parents taught me that like food can touch on your plate, and it seems normal to a lot of people, but for some people, like your food can't touch if
So
it's not the same food.
Not
And
like
that's
monk.
fine.
Not like monk, right? If you guys are psych people,
I'm
you
not
guys
Yeah,
are
yeah.
I
Like
don't think
like
food
monk.
kinda
monk. He
makes
doesn't like
fun of
him.
each other.
Some people don't like their food to touch. When I make a Thanksgiving plate, it's like, okay, this goes and that's on top of that, and that's on top of that. And
Listen, whoever doesn't pick up their corn with their mashed potatoes is living wrong. Okay, if you
Right.
don't use your mashed potatoes to pick up your corn, you're doing it wrong.
But when I have breakfast that's like eggs, sausage, and hash browns, I'm mixing it all up together and mushing it all together. So
You made a mashed
I'll eat
potato
weird
bowl?
things. Yeah, you can't tell where one thing starts and one thing
Oh,
stops.
that's no.
So like one day I was just thinking like, it all goes to the same place. And
It all comes out the same place.
yeah. My parents told me that all the time. It all goes to the same place. It doesn't mind if it's touching what you eat with what. It all goes to the same place. And my always response was, I don't taste things down there, but that's okay. But as an adult, I don't really care if my food touches. So one of the things that I came up with in my bachelor years was, oh, I like this and I like that. So this and that together should be fine, right?
Not always.
It's not always
true.
the case. Not always true. But in my bachelor years, when I was trying to eat cheap and didn't really want to take time to do stuff because I was, a raid week with Warcraft or playing the latest game or whatever,
Yeah.
I would just throw things together. And, things that cooked really quickly were hot dogs, chicken patties on the George Foreman, top ramen. And, the other thing I really liked at the time was quesadillas. And it was just like,
love quesadillas.
Simple.
just put
Love
cheese
quesadillas.
on a
Yeah.
tortilla, put another tortilla.
Grill it.
If you're really in
I do
quick
the
and don't
Tyson
care,
chicken.
microwave it.
I do the Tyson chicken. I can't just do cheese and it's got to be the Tyson chicken in there.
Oh yeah,
So good.
Well, yeah. Well, I love doing the Foster's Farm on the George Foreman, and then I just cut it up and put it in there,
Yep.
Yeah.
like the crispy chicken.
Yep.
So I'm not allowed to let this be lived down, and I'm going to spread it, even though I try to shoot it down whenever it's talked about. But one time I thought, so ramen is kind of Asian, right? Yeah, it's kind of Asian. So like you have usually ramen and they have meat in their ramen, and yeah, that's kind of a thing. So what do I have here right now? Well, I got tortillas, I got hot dogs, I got ramen. I can't really do something with that, but I have mustard. I could bind it all together. So I grilled up
ramen quesadilla.
I made
with
ramen,
hot dogs.
wrapped in a tortilla with hot dogs and mustard and soy sauce, and
God.
ate it.
If
A
you
little
say it
sriracha.
was good, I don't know.
It was food.
It was that.
It was food.
Hey, you do you. I've not
Sriracha and
wild
anything is
So there is a place that started out of I believe Rutgers, right? I believe out of New Jersey and Rutgers. Because I believe the sandwich place is called Are You Hungry? Okay. And it was because of like the RU, the
Like this
Rutgers
place
University,
already.
right? Well, Penn State had one. So I went to Penn State and they had an Are You Hungry? And it was definitely your drunk food for sure, but it was a hoagie roll. And they threw like they had different ones. I think I mainly ate the fat bitch. Okay, it was called a fat bitch. There's also a fat doughboy, it was called fat everything, right? It was all these different ones. Cheesesteak.
They're obviously healthy and lean and
Cheesesteak, right? With a couple chicken tenders on it, French fries, mozzarella stick. They throw some ketchup on it. Like some of them had mayo, some of them had, all these different things. Maybe it was a buffalo chicken tender or something like it was all these different ones. You can look it up. Like search "Are you hungry?" Sub shop. Oh my god, and I would eat them. I'm like, this is everything on this sandwich that I want all at once. Why not? You know?
The point of the story is, kids, like, if you want to make food and you're not Gordon Ramsay, just throw some shit together and eat it.
Dude,
Hell with your bowels. The hell
Yeah.
with your
So,
bowels. I
in
mean,
my first marriage, when I was like flat broke all the time, we had chicken, we had rice as normal because I've always ate chicken and rice.
good
But
combo.
That's why your
what
stomach
I
can't
do-
handle anything else. You trained it to only expect those two things.
Okay, so
Isaac and I are over here eating everything, and now we can handle it because our body's like, yeah, I know what that is.
okay, so we also had, what was it? It was the Tortito mild queso, like the
Okay.
chip dip.
Yep.
So if you take that, two jars of that, Doritos, tortilla chips, rice, and shredded chicken, and you do it all up in a nice little casserole, it is actually some of the best shit I've ever eaten.
But that
And we
sounds.
call it chicken stuff.
So that sounds great. And that
It
reminds now
is.
we're just gonna talk about cooking stuff, and I'm okay with this because I love food.
I love it, and my wife loves it in moderation. Because I would eat it all the time, but I don't want to burn my wife out on it because she does like it, and I don't want to burn her out on it because it's sometimes it's a chore to make because you have to mix everything perfect and get everything while it's hot, and then you put it in the oven with a nice fat layer of cheese so it browns on top. And dude, oh my god.
Oof.
It was made from nothing, literal scraps in the house, and now it's a normal dish in our home. And it's
I think the best ingenuity comes from bachelors making food.
oh, dude,
You can make some really great things.
I could never have a restaurant. Oh, I could never have a restaurant because it would literally just be different ways of chicken and rice.
This post came up on my Facebook today. I guess 2 years ago, I was visiting my friend down in Florida. He doesn't live there now. He moved up to Boston, but I was like, you're living in Florida. Like, I want to come down there. He was working for like a really pristine high school. And it was right where spring training is where he lived, like south of Tampa. And I'm like, oh, dude, I've never been down to spring training. Like, you're living down there. His fiance, didn't live down there. She lived she was going to school in Michigan or something. Like, this is perfect. I was married, but I'm like, I'm going to come down. We're going to just me and him hang out for, a couple days for spring training. This is awesome. And I just got this post, a reminder that 2 years ago I was down there because my reminder was me leaving, but I posted this picture of this burger I got at this place. And it was like, I don't remember what the place was called, but it was this, oh my God, this burger I got, it was heaven. It was a maple bacon, peanut butter filled burger. And you could add toppings to it. And so obviously I got peanut butter and bacon inside this burger patty with American cheese. I'm like, add me some grape jelly. Okay. And then you could dip it. I dipped it in maple syrup, and it was the most amazing, unhealthy thing I could imagine. And like, to be
I'm
honest
not
with
a
you,
beef eater, but that sounds
if
fantastic.
I had to shave off
Right?
like 20 years of my life to be able to eat that every day, I think I'd do it. I think I would. Like, I think I'd be like, you know what? I'm able to eat this. I'm gonna shave 20 years up, but I could eat this for every year, every day, for the rest of my life. Oh my God, it was so good.
That's how I feel
I
every
always
time I
did.
eat chicken and rice.
I mean, I've always. So I always did the. I'm eating a cheeseburger, and I'm always like, bacon. Let me put peanut butter and jelly
If
on this.
only you were
So
good.
I did it myself. You and your chicken and rice.
Did it turn
man.
out?
Oh, me, I always do
Did it
it.
turn out when you made it yourself?
No, it's good. But when I'm saying I went there and I found somebody else who did it, like at a restaurant, I'm like, yes.
Oh,
Dude,
nice.
I've already had it similar, but this thing was obviously head and shoulders above because it was like stuffed in the burger. Like, I never stuff it. I just fucking butter the bun with some peanut butter. You know what I mean? That's all you really need.
Bro, I want to eat that so bad, and I'm not even like a beef.
It's just the savory and the sweet together. It's just like a perfect blend.
That's like chocolate covered bacon strips with salt.
That sounds delicious as well.
It's very good. There's a place here in Litchfield
I
that sells
assume
them.
like you could do that with like a chicken burger. Might not be the same, but
Oh, it's
Nah.
not going to be the same. You got to do it
It
with
wouldn't be
beef.
the same.
You got to
You
do
need
it
the
beef.
grease.
Yeah, the fat, the grease and fat.
Yeah.
You can
tried,
do
like,
it, man.
those
Just
Impossible
shit your
burgers?
brains out afterwards. Tim, thanks for the host. We're getting hosted
Yeah.
on the channel.
It'd be worth shitting your brains out.
I would do it.
I'm
Because
telling
like
you,
I have my moments.
so
Like
fucking good.
there's a Club 54 or whatever. It actually made it on Dives, Dashes, and Dine-ins or whatever the fudge
D.
that show is. This actually made it on that show.
Dude, your town is
Because of-
popping. Your town is popping.
Litchfield.
You got movie
It's
theater.
Litchfield.
You got
$5
movie
cut.
theater. You got
Different town. Different town. But like we're near Central Illinois. Like we're near a massive city. So like, yeah, I mean we got nice stuff. But but Litchfield.
It's boring, Illinois, but you know.
So like I said, this burger when it comes out is this big.
Mm.
Like I'm not shitting you. It's this big, and it comes with 4 pounds of fries. 4 fucking pounds of fresh cut fries.
I'm like really.
No.
I was hungry for ramen. Now I'm hungry for this fucking juicy cheeseburger. We gotta stop
like,
talking food because I haven't
swear
had
the
dinner,
thing
so
was
I'm
this
hungry.
tall and this big around, and he goes, "Hey, that's our special." And he's got like a picture of the guy standing next to it from the TV. Oh my god, dude!
You probably
And
get
he
it for
goes-
free if you
he goes-
eat the whole
Yeah,
thing.
he says the whole meal for everyone is free if you eat this. I looked at him and I said, "How much is it if I lose?" And he's like, "Oh, $49.95." I'm like, I got $50 to pull. Dude, made it 3/4 of the way through and was shitting my brains out because I can't handle beef. But I had most of the fries done and 3/4 of the way through the burger, and I couldn't. I only had an hour.
Fries are fucking
And
amazing.
I'm
Were
a
they fresh
fast
cut? Were they
eater.
fresh cut?
Why is it we're gonna get you?
Fries got me.
Were they fresh
Like,
cut?
honestly, that's what got me.
Were they fresh cut?
Yeah, they are.
Mm.
Like you watch everything.
Mm.
And I didn't like the seasoning that he put on it. I'm not like a big fan of like all season or whatever it's called.
No, just your Dorito seasoning. That's all you need.
But like it was like really salty and like But like either way, the burger's why I ended up shitting my brains out. And I had to get up and like you're allowed to get up
Clean
and use the
yourself
bathroom,
off,
but
clean
like you're
yourself off.
monitored because if you puke, you're not allowed. And you know, it was weird. I'm in there shitting
Wait,
my
so
brains
he-
out. And he's
so
like,
he-
yeah, you're not puking.
Wait, so it can come out one end but not the other? That's stupid.
Yeah.
I guess it's
Well,
because your body digested the one side where the other one you're just like opening up space. Right? It's like, let me
What
get
if
rid
you
of
put
this.
his name-
I'm hungry again.
I mean, that's what they do, right? Like that's what the Kobayashi did, right? Like they would just shove all this food in there when they were training for those hot dog eating costumes contests. It was like shove all this food in, and then they would throw up because what it did is it expanded their stomach, right? And then they would just keep
Yeah.
eating and pounding it in. That's
That
how
sounds
it's done.
dangerous.
It is dangerous, man. But
I'm
Joey
good.
Chestnut, he's known as the hot dog eating king, man. Wouldn't you like to be known to be the guy who can eat the most wieners?
No. That's a
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
too late. You already are black.
No, that was pickles.
It's rectal ingestion, anyways.
Doesn't count. The expandability there.
Oh, God.
Oh
Good
my
times.
God.
So-
Damn.
This has been a good episode. I think we're about getting to the right place. Because otherwise it turns into a lot of editing for me to make it something people would watch on YouTube, right? Oh yeah. It's just me doing it, you know?
Same. Justin don't edit for me no more. Yo,
Okay.
Kat, thank you for the host.
Oh,
We
I'm told I forgot something.
go ahead. What'd you forget?
I made it through most of the incentives, but apparently I forgot to say the last one. Had it happen this year, we had $100 donation on one of our charities, and for the $100
Oh, right,
donation,
right.
I do the last dab challenge.
What's
The triple X
the wing
last
thing?
dab hot sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's for
So I did that.
$100?
Yeah, I did that on New Year's, and I had 5 last dab wings because
When's your next charity?
know.
When's your next charity?
next one's starting probably next week. It's Mission 22.
You hear that,
So-
Black? We can, torture him a little bit. We just kick our funds together. We can make this happen. It just comes from one person. It counts. It's $100.
I made I think I downloaded the video, but I was rewatching it and I decided I wasn't gonna clip it because I get the have you seen the hot ones on YouTube?
I've seen some of them.
Probably.
Yeah, I've seen some of them.
I've done the one chip and all that.
They had it at my office. Like, people brought in the last dab hot sauce.
I think they must try to make those people look as good as possible because when I did it, I looked a mess.
You were
I
dying.
I looked like Black
Sweat
jonesing for some chewing tobacco. I was just
oh
like,
my god.
thank you guys so much for donating. I'm so happy.
So is that the one when you were he's like dying? Is that the one that you're thinking you need to
on there?
Yeah. Is that the one?
I'm a little regretful that it's on there, but
well, you're gonna when we bombard you with it later. When it happens later.
A week later, I'm usually pretty grateful. Yeah, like you said, our bodies are pretty well trained. I have a lot of spicy food, but in that one,
I love
man.
spice, dude.
I'm not a spice guy, so
How much you got left to that?
Like a half a bottle, but I'm gonna order more because
I need
my
to
bachelor
order me some because I want to
like
see if it's
$9
that
a bottle.
Is it on Amazon?
So you should yeah, or you can order it directly from heatness.com.
It doesn't look that.
don't
hot.
look up hotness.com, okay? Just don't
Yeah,
share your
that's
screen
my
for
only
hotness.com.
Dude. Okay, so I don't know. I'm a spicy guy, dude. The one
So
chip,
get the triple X or the hot ones last dab. Get the hot ones last dab. It's pretty good. If you want to feel pain, though,
I don't think I can.
Oh my god.
it's not even that hot, but it just tastes like battery acid. Is the bomb.
Really?
Bomb is awful. Like, of the whole hot ones lineup, ones that go past the bomb are hotter, but the bomb is just it's just awful. It's so bad. It's not fun.
All right,
in
that's
any
gonna be
way,
his
shape, or
next
form.
TikTok. He's drinking that down. His next TikTok.
Yeah, but like I've done the one chip. I've done what is the other one? The fucking.
Do the one chip.
I've already done it.
I think that would be fun.
I've already done it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I want to try it. I think it sounds like it's gonna
Oh
be fun.
yeah, it wasn't hot. Like everyone's like hot. I've literally watched kids cry, and I'm like, is either I got a dud
Look,
or that shit wasn't
look,
hot.
man. You packed a few too many chews, is what I'm hearing. Okay. There's nothing left in there. You're eating chicken and rice. Guess what, buddy? That don't taste like anything, so you don't notice, okay? You don't notice, but your taste buds are fried. They're gone, okay? You fucked up your whole mouth.
The same thing
You
every
fucked
day
up
and
your
never
mouth,
think
bro.
twice
You don't
about
know
it.
anything that's going on in there. Like, that chip didn't do any. It
You're
didn't have
just
anything.
imagining flavor.
Yeah, right. You're just like, what's this taste like? I don't know.
Just imagining flavor on there. Kind of like when he sees someone having chewing tobacco, he smells it.
Yeah, he's like, that's mint.
I can smell it. No, you can't. You just think you can.
No, you think you can. You think you can. You can't taste or smell anything anymore. You're shot, man.
Dude, that's why I can't do like minty flavors in this. I can't, because then it's even worse. I'm salivating like a motherfucker. It's so bad.
I don't know, man.
It's bad.
Oh, she made it home.
Yeah, she did.
Hooray!
Well, Isaac, this has been awesome. Oh, would you go for it.
Oh, for the husbands. Husbands chat.
Yes.
Ass slap is great, right?
I do it all the
Do you
time.
think the wives hate that? Do you think the wives hate that, or do you think they actually kind of like it? It's an
I
appreciation
think
thing, right?
If I stopped slapping my wife's ass on the daily, she would wonder what was wrong.
Assume we're cheating, right?
That like she assumes that daily anyway, but like
I can't do it, guys.
amplify it.
I can't do it, guys. It immediately goes to a ball grab, and it's not fun. Okay, it's not fun.
What do you mean?
If I smack it, no, it's not the good type. Okay, it's not the good type, guys. It's not the good type. All right, it's the bad type. It's like the
This type.
oh no.
So if my wife
Listen,
and I have, like,
Black,
an
I see the whip
understanding-
hanging behind your head. Okay, I see that you're into that type of thing, but not me.
Wait, who is he talking to?
You. I said I
What?
see the whip hanging behind you. You know.
You want me to go grab the whip?
And the pickles you talk about. I see the whip marks on you.
Brandon,
like,
grab the
you know.
ball gag.
Yeah.
Tonight's the night.
There you
The flogger, bro.
go. No, yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't go over as well with me. The aggressive ass slap. It's not the play. Not the play for me.
There's the
different.
fun ass slap, and then there's that.
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
that's a good one.
I mean, if you're not
Feel
going
it.
for that, what are you really doing? You know what I mean?
When first started dating, and I look back on it, and it's just like horrible. Yeah, I get it. But like my favorite thing to do when we first started dating was just to put so much force that it would nearly knock her over.
Yes, I do it all the time. And dude, my wife, there's video footage of my wife saying, "You won't slap my ass because I won't fucking let you." I said, "I will pick you up like one of these kids by one leg and smack that ass so hard." She said, "No, you won't." Her sister immediately grabs her phone and starts recording. I got my wife up by one leg and I fucking smack her ass so fucking hard. She's like, "You
Remember,
son of a
everybody,
bitch!"
consent is key.
Oh yeah, like me and my wife have an understanding. You know, she bruised my arm afterwards. It was all dandy.
Don't go walking down the street and do that to a random
like,
person.
but like that's me and my wife. You know, it's like she punches
Yeah.
me. You know, like I give her a little knuckle tap, whatever. You know, and then
Or else you will get your
yeah,
balls
she will,
grabbed.
dude. Like I know my limit. I'm not stupid. Like,
Yeah.
and you know, we'll get in like little pinching wars and like this is a great example. She asked me the other night, "How do you snap and hit someone at the same time?" Because like I used to do it to my buddy Dylan all the time, and it's like a whip. It makes it sound worse than it is.
Your
Listen.
thumb that you're hitting him
No,
with?
he's
No,
doing
it's
the
his finger.
Copenhagen can right now. You know?
Yeah, but like
That's
where
exactly
you
what
get
it
from.
is. Yeah, no, I know.
You know, that's where you get it from.
Yep.
But like that's where, so the snap makes it sound worse than it is, because you're not actually hitting them. You're just barely tapping them with your finger. But it's like a shock and awe thing because they hear the, you know what I mean? But it's really loud. And dude, I was trying to teach my wife the other night how to do it, and she was like, "You know what? Fuck you." And just bam. There's the sound I wanted.
It's
It was
100%
great.
your Copenhagen can. 100%.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's where I get a lot of my, you know, all that.
I'll help you in just a minute.
Oh, he's coming in.
No, I got.
Yeah, we got
He's
him.
coming in. You want to say hi?
Hi.
What's up?
This is the little lazy.
There's the other
We're
lazy
just
boy.
about to sign off.
Exist.
I exist.
I exist.
That's my wife daily.
That's his barometer. It'll go like that. From sometimes he'll be super psyched, and then other times he'll be like,
I'm
"Don't
here.
really want to be online, but I am."
I'm here. Well, so what I was saying is this has been awesome. This has been a breath of fresh air. To be honest, it's been a great time meeting you, Isaac. I honestly haven't even thought of a lesson other than simpler times. You know, because we kind of touched on. What's he saying? Is he talking to you or is us?
He's talking to me.
What's up?
Second, bud.
What cards did he get? I want to know what cards he got in that McDonald's Happy Meal.
He got all starter Pokemon. Oh, If you like the starter Pokemon, go to McDonald's, pick up a Happy Meal.
What do you mean by
McDonald's,
starter
sponsor
McDonald's? Do you
us.
mean like the original ones? Like, does he
He
mean?
probably does. I think it's like
Because it has
it's
changed a
original
lot, right?
starters,
It's
like Charmander.
yeah, I
I
love
assume it's
fucking
like
Charmander. Yeah,
Charmander and those guys, but it might be the newest ones. I don't know.
gotcha.
I had a hard time keeping track.
I didn't know if
I've
that
seen it,
meant starter meaning like morphing wise, you know, if it meant like Charmander versus Charizard, right? Starter versus
yeah.
not, or if it meant like they've obviously come out with a lot more these days, and like I can't follow them, you know.
It's
like
only like 800 or 700 or something.
Well, I mean, so I did want to wrap
trying
this
to
up.
figure out how many Assassin's Creeds there was earlier.
I did want to wrap this up because it is we are going to a point that I have to edit. And it's like I don't want to edit a bunch out. Like I want to keep everything we have. When I learned about Pokemon when they like first came out, I was at like a little league field and somebody was there, like one of the kids who were up from Maryland for like some tournament. And it was like, here's these Pokemon. I was like, oh my God, what are these cards? And it was like, it was pretty cool. But so I was going with simpler times, to be honest, right now. Like, I'm going to play on, and I'll talk to you offline, Isaac, about like if you have thoughts on like a lesson you would want people to get from this session. I mean, we talked about charity, right? We talked about charity and like giving to others and things like that, which is awesome. So I'll chat you offline. We'll see if we can't come up with something. I typically do like a tagline for the session of what this was really about, but we kind of touched on a lot of good things, right? Even you and your son's bond and like streaming and like what your values were for that stream were awesome. So we'll come up with something. We'll get it posted up to YouTube, hopefully beginning of next week. It was great having you.
That was awesome.
It was great having you involved in this. And as I tell every guest we've had so far, we are going to run out of people who want to be on this thing unless Black opens up the floodgates. So I am down to have people on again, especially. I know you will, but especially when they're just good-hearted people, right? And the fact that you guys are doing charity streams is awesome.
It's magnificent. That's all you do.
And it's, yeah, exactly. And it's great to hear that it kind of is easy to set up, right? And you could kind of share that some more as well as you keep going down it. So that's awesome. Feel free. Hey, in Dad Cup Gaming, promote as much as you want.
No problem.
Go into Stream Talk. I'm serious. My channel is pretty quiet. It's not nearly as noisy as Black's, but feel free.
It's pretty tamed when we do Dadcast.
I was gonna say, feel free to post in the Stream Talk channel if you have like a charity stream coming up and you want people to join into it.
Okay, we'll do.
Heck yeah, man. And I always have that thing in my Discord. Any giveaways, promos, and advice and all that stuff. If you ever wanted to post your charities in there, I can start a charity channel too, just for people that do strictly charities.
That'd be nuts. That'd be awesome. Yeah, like not to detract from any other streamers, but like, you know, people want to make money with their streams, but at our current time, we just don't need extra income. So that's why we do the charities. Like I can understand how people want to earn a lot of money with their subs and all their donations, but us right now, we're okay. And if we're okay, we'd like to help other people be okay.
That's awesome.
No, that's awesome. That's 100%. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, it's
in the moment we all lose our jobs, I'm gonna be like, all right, so these donations are coming to us now.
Right. Are you streaming right now, Isaac, or no? Or are you about to?
We're gonna stream today, but instead I might stream later tonight. But
okay.
You don't have to kick everybody over.
I was gonna send a few, but sounds good.
I've seen other Dadcasts where you guys like
I try to kick them over when people do. Not everybody who's been in this this has been streamers. Like I've had a couple weeks ago, my coworker, he's not a streamer, he's just was talking and it was great.
I think I'm gonna send it over to Bitsy.
Yeah, I was gonna say send it over to one of.
Or how about we do that? We let him pick.
Members.
Yeah, if you want to pick, go for it.
I don't know who's live right now.
Is it?
Bitsy's good though. Bitsy's
good.
It
Was a community member, right? I didn't hear who you said.
Bitsy.
It's definitely for Blacks. Definitely for Black.
You got Joey, Skins, Minecraft Cowboys on.
Minecraft's on. He was on our last episode,
You want to
actually.
send it to him?
Yeah, I'm trying to kick over to channel.
I got a bunch of people on. I got Chud, Speedy.
What is he
Brinstar?
playing?
Minecraft plays Minecraft, but
Exclusive.
Minecraft Cowboy pretty much plays Minecraft.
Hey, here you go. I'll send you a link, Lazy Boy.
There you go. Because
I
I'm having
think
a
you
hard
know
time
him.
finding the channel or the Discord thing. Even though I have Discord up. Now I figured it out.
I think you know this guy, the Brinstar. I love him. He plays nothing but retro games.
Black, you're gonna have to chat me a channel if it's somebody that I don't have.
Minecraft Cowboy or Brinstar? Up to you.
I'm good with either or.
I'll go Minecraft just because what were you gonna say? Go ahead.
Playing Smash Brothers, and I haven't played Smash Brothers in so long. I've been wanting to.
Send it to him then. Black, you just gotta chat me.
Where
Did
you
you
at?
chat me it?
And,
Yeah, I already sent it to you.
Smash.
Yeah,
Prep in
let's do
mind.
that.
Wait,
Okay.
you guys are gonna play Smash Bros?
We're not. We're gonna raid someone who is playing Smash Bros.
Oh.
Oh,
There we go.
All right, we're
Sending
gonna send it
to
over to
Bryn.
them.